Hey, 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 DC, I came to talk my shit on this one. MooseMan, WS, hey, hey. I just need to make a meal before I fall off. That chopper cook his ribs like boss hog. The syrup or the gas, it's a toss-up. I go up for the bag, Randy Moss up. Shit, I sign a deal if it ain't no 360. Brody went out of town to make some plays, and it got tricky. Don't care about a bitch, she got juice, it might tempt me. Bitch, I might get a little rude when my cup get empty. He not dead, but I'm smoking Ronnie Lot. One take, one song, man, I think I'm Tupac. I'm gonna keep my dogs fed till they put me in a box, and I've been getting to the money. That's some you not. Sometimes I act funny, but you can get popped. Have you ever had a hide? Pills in your sock? You ever been so down on your luck and hustle till your feet hurt until you came up? I used to be broke, but not no more. Bed used to be the flow, but not no more. Used to have drove for the low, but not no more. Just some shit I wrote off this top tier dope. I pour syrup by the bottle cause I love it, and I can't let the money go. Get a bag and I hug it. Groupie ho, I don't wanna be your motherfucking husband trying to take over the game while my name's still buzzing. God, why you make me fight for everything I got? I asked the devil, why you wanna make me send all of these shots? I think the drugs been taking a toll, been feeling it a lot. I can't tell all they voices or all they thoughts. Full throttle, I won't let the Jakes play me. Watch mama drown in that bottle, now shit don't faze me.
Kendrick scream.
Bills, couldn't afford to be lazy. You the type to turn down a milli for a dinner with Jay-Z. Run up on me, I'm gonna have you chilling with Dave.
Chat. Chat, you know what it is. You know what it is. Do y'all want to hear me talk like Joe Rogan? Did y'all used to be broke but not no more? If either one of those things apply to you, tap in with me, y'all. Just go crazy. Keep doing your thing, Elaine. Keep going crazy. You know what I'm saying? We in here. We in the building. We back with another stream. We back with all that good stuff. We got some topics. We gonna do it up. We gonna talk about it. Big League Jew already setting it off. Big League Jew 69, one of my favorite names in the chat. TBH with the 99 cents. Appreciate you, Brody, and the 100 emoji. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Intro went crazy. Was 5. We got a what is it? First 5 minutes we can't cuss. We've been live for 4 minutes now, so give me one more minute and we're gonna cuss up a storm. Best believe we're gonna curse. We're gonna do voodoo, dark magic, brujeria. We're gonna do all that stuff. Let's see what everybody's talking about. MooseMan, shout out to Xavier and Alina Malanka, Camera Lang, Dot Focus, WB Bus. Okay, Moose sound like a young burner. What's the deal, my boy? Definitely, they were saying I was the young burner. Repo Man T said Moose or burner. Dot Focus, Bean Day Way. Let's go. David Figueroa, add GTA to your thumbnail and you getting views. True. I just felt like the announcement of like the trailer being on Netflix. Like, we're going to go over that, but is that big enough news to be, like, putting it in the title? But when the trailer drops, it will be in the thumb. But you're right. You're honestly right. Soda said, Moose, we're here because we want to hear you talk like Joe Rogan. W Bus, but not no mo. Made October was good, Moose. Made October, how are you doing? Ashley Dawson, I love the shirt. Thank you. Shout out to Quoted LA, my guy. Quoted LA hooked me up when I was just a random little SoundCloud rapper. And I was a Yuri mod. I was back on Fig mod. I was just getting my feet wet in the pod shit. I interviewed him. He collabed with me on a shirt. And he said, what's the best quote you got? What's the best quote you got? I said, I used to be broke, but not no more. Throw that on a shirt, man. And we saw the grip of these, man. So shout out to Quoted LA for sure. Let's see. Nah, this slap made October. Alan Baron said, what up? Xavier, your clean intro for show. It's just la la. Shout out to you. Nine Tails Super Savage. Intro went crazy. Should we rock with that song instead of Joe Rogan? Which one's a better intro song? Joe Rogan or Not No Mo? Those are Moose's best songs of all time. So definitely we got to rock with one of those because after that, it's a pretty steep drop off, let me tell you what. Moose be spitting. Orale Moosey. Josh Mason was good. March through silence. The Moose, he says. David Figueroa said, yeah, that shit was hard. Not gonna lie. I hear some Ampachino flow. You know, we fucking with Ampachino, Joe Blow, Mob Figures, Live Wire. Come on, man. You know what it is. We tapped in. Repo Man T said, you forgot to ask Lush if Compa hit Germ on the news today. I know, even if he did, it don't matter. And if he didn't, he's a clout chaser. And either way, he got Lush's sloppy seconds. W Lush. I'm not even going to ask him and give that little rat weasel any type of clout on No Jumper, because all he wants, he ate a blunt to get on No Jumper. We can't talk about him on there. That's his whole dream. That dude would eat Adam's shit out of his ass in the morning to get on No Jumper. Let's be real. So, yeah, I'm not even going to bring him up on there. Nine Tail Super Savage said, I got 3 LLCs and a few ideas. You know the vibes. Dot Focus was good. Nicholas Donaldson said, you can flow a little, just a little bit. Cameron Lang said, speaking tongues. Dot Focus said, I'm about to roll these drugs up. You're going to roll a cocaine blunt like Trick Daddy. Prayed Up said, what we on tonight, G? Send mines. I send mines. Prayers up in the chat, y'all, for all the homies, all the fallen ones, all the ones still here, man. Give your homies flowers. If they're doing something dope, tell them they are, man. Jumbo Slice says, shout out Moose from Portland, Oregon. Oregon in the building. I was just talking to a fool from Portland, Oregon, because he wanted to make a weed strand with me. I said, we got to make it called Moose Munch. What do y'all think about that? Moose Munch, the weed strain. And what should it be like? What type of flavors? What type of terps are we talking? Oh, can we get some terps, bro? But yeah, shout out to Portland, Oregon. They be growing some Doty. Mitchell Pantano said, what up, Moose? Following from Australia, mate. No way. You're like the third Aussie we done ran into. Shout out to you. It's Mickey Rex said, your personality is starting to rub off on me, big dog. Yo, I'll rub off on you, all right. Lefty Gun plays crack pipe. Not no mo. Not no mo's the one. Not no mo's the one. Let me know. I mean, Lefty Gunplay, I really like idolize your rapping ability. You're on Kendrick's album, so your opinion means a lot to me, bro. So don't just be saying stuff. You better mean it. Let's see. Moose got a 4'2" wingspan. My arms is long. What you mean? Look at this. For a Mexican too? My arms is long, bro. Go watch the Apollo basketball game, bro. I was grabbing boards, getting offensive rebounds, doing it up, man. I don't got T-Rex arms. What the hell? I don't got like the on 2K when you make a 99 3-point point guard, so you got to make his arms as short as possible so he can get that high-ass attribute point. Xavier said, got to keep flipping it. When Lush, Soda said, when Lush was crying, he said, what Germ did to me, it was super fucked up. It's obvious he was referring to her fucking Raider or her beating the shit out of him or both. You know, I'm sure it was just affecting his life in such a negative way. I think he was more referring to that rather than one singular moment. But I'm sure if that did happen, that probably did piss him off, if I had to guess. Swing of the Axe said, I've been living in Portland for the last 3 years and it's mid AF up here. Last time I was in Portland was about 10 years ago and it was chill, but I was only there for like a couple days. So, and I heard it's gotten a lot worse, but it's all good. Dixon my ass. W Moose, love the name, brother. Anthony Clip said, yo, what's good with you? Repo Man T said, Moose the man. Repo Man, you know what it is. I hope you're actually a repo man and stealing people's stuff. I mean, not stealing it, going in and collecting debts. Young Peace 818 said, usually watch these at work, finally got a live. Shout out to the 818. And shout out to ATM Danny. Shasta, yes sir. Nicholas Donaldson, okay, more than a lil. Cameron Lang said, I fuck with the vibes, bro. Cali stand up. Cali stand up. Shout out to you, Shasta. March Through Silence said, Moose Streams becoming a favorite TBH out of all the No Jumper hosts. Shout out from New Mexico. Me and the homie been tapped in. Shout out to New Mexico, all my Native Americans out there and all my Mexicans, bro. Albuquerque, when I went there, it was super hippied out, a lot of superstition, a lot of like I stopped at this store. It was like a Native American store that had a bunch of trinkets and like weird figures and like spells and dream catchers, and you know, it seemed very spiritual. There was a lot of energy in New Mexico that's like magical. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Dot Focus said, Moose Takis. Moose Taki weed. Okay, little Moose Cheeto. Anthony Clip says, shout out Fresno, California 559. I fuck with you, gang. You be going crazy on No Jumper, standing on business. I try my best. I'm just trying my best, fool. Shout out to Fresno to 559. I've been through Fresno a grip of time. Shout out to all them fools out there and all the Bulldogs. Shout out to all the Bulldogs in Fresno. Shout out to the Fresno Bulldogs. Alan Baron said, you F with Astrid. I seen you was kind of sick of her takes when she said something about something being gay. No, I wasn't sick of it. That was funny. I said that's lit, to be gay. That's not nothing to be ashamed of. I wasn't sick of Astrid. Shout out to her, Xavier and Alina Malanka said, fuck with the lives. Tough pimping. Keep it going. No cap. Def one of the best potters on No Jumper. Let's go. We're finally getting some flowers in the building. Bro, y'all should have seen my DMs. Y'all should have seen my comments for a grip of time when I got to No Jumper. And I get it. I had a lot to work on. We're still working on stuff. We're still getting better. But we weathered the storm and we starting to see a little bit of fruits of our labor. 31 streams in August. We're on day 6. We've done 6 streams, 6 days. You know what it is. Let's keep rocking. Let me see. What's up with Asmongold? We're going to get to that. Dream is alive. He got banned, and I think I know why, but we'll see. Dixon my ass said, hug yourself then. Juice was describing your physicality with a huge smile. Smoke Papa, in what clip? Let me know what we need to look up. Fear is Man-Made said, Moose is only host on No Jumper who I watch their streams and not to hate watch. Shout out Fear is Man-Made. Amazing comment. Keep hate watching everybody else, though. Let me see. Moose and Wack got the same body. Chill. I'm like a foot taller than Wack. Slug Retro said, you think the Sixers can make it work? I think Embiid doesn't fit with this new squad. I think a healthy Embiid fits with any squad because he's one of the best players in the NBA when he actually plays. When Embiid plays, he's on a Jokic type of level. He can drop 40 and 15, 40 and 20 on your helmet on any big in the league. But that's if he's healthy. He played, 33 games last year, they said. The main reason LeBron signed there is because he had a meeting with Embiid, and he said, Embiid, what's up? Be honest with me, bro. This is the last couple years of my career, possibly the last season of my career. Don't fuck me over. Embiid said, bro, listen to me. Bron, come here. Bron, come here. Get close. This is the first summer of my career where I didn't have a surgery over the summer. I'm ready, bro. Let's win a ring. Bron pretty much was pushed by that. He believed in him, and he signed. They got Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe. They got a squad. They got a cool little bench. You know what I'm saying? Is that enough to take down the Knicks? I think so. I think maybe. We'll see, though. Great team. I have faith in them. Big expectations. The Martin 9400 said, Moose, the no-jumper version of Angel Reese throw up, pray up, and getting a bunch of me bounds. What does that even mean, the Martin 9400? I seen you hating in somebody else's comments, so don't think I didn't peep that too. You be over here acting real friendly. Don't be oppy in other chats, man, when I'm not around, because I see it all, buddy. Repo Man T said extortion. Does that count? Dragonite Moose. Okay, we got... Bro! Whoa! Bro! What is that profile picture? Holy, why did you make me so fat? Whoa, Dragon Knight Moose. How long till the Temu packages get here? I haven't gotten a shipping notification for anything, but I'll check. Usually it takes like up to, first one will probably be here in a couple weeks, if I guess. The last one will probably be here in 6 months. You never know with Temu. Let's be real. Lefty Gunplays Crackpack said, Kenny claiming SGV needs to stop dead homies. Why? What's wrong with that? I thought he was from West Covina. Who said that? I'm from West Covina, homie. This ain't Compton. Who said that? I forgot who said that. Let's look that up. What rapper was that? Does anybody know? It wasn't Dilated Peoples. It was who's from West Covina? I'm from Sean Biggs, I believe it was. I'm gonna say Sean Biggs, and we'll Google it anyways. I'm from West Covina, homie. This ain't Compton. Why did he diss Compton? Sean Biggs. I was right. Whoa. This was on, the only reason I know this song, it was on Fight Night Round 3. It was on the Fight Night Round 3 soundtrack, and it used to always play. And I used to always be like, where the fuck is West Covina? He reps it so hard. He reps it so hard. Where's the Sean Biggs verse? Does he say in this first verse? Oh, look. rather be opening up my 9 than closing my coffin. I'm from West Covina. This ain't Compton. Still money passed around like we taking an offering. I'm something like a phenomenon. When they see the sad, happy faces, they know the drama's on. It's kind of weak. But shout out to Fight Night Round 3. Definitely used to be on that tip. Why is this got my stream all tweaking out? Hello? Hello? Okay. There we go. Sorry, y'all. My bad. Let's see. Ninetales Super Savage says, shout out to the stream. I'm at work neglecting my responsibilities to watch this. I used to do the same shit, Ninetales Super Savage. I used to be at work hiding in the broom closet just so I could watch No Jumper or other people's streams and type in the chat and talk to people. I did the same shit. There was no pills being passed out at that moment. I was acting like I was taking a shit and hiding in the broom closet. Fear is Man-Made said, Moose is the only host on No Jumper. I watched your streams and I'll tell. Okay, I read that. Dragonite Moose, that fucking pic is so crazy. Why did Wack post Munchie's family? Because he's not the best guy. Dixon my ass says, shout out to the gays. Shout out to the gays. Anthony Cliff said, get to the Munchie pod. Y'all will have a fire podcast, bro. I told him I'm down. He got every random in the city coming to the podcast. Every little weasel coming to the podcast. Shout out to the 117 people in the chat. Jesus Christ. Like the stream. Jesus Christ. Remember that guy?
100%.
Where did he been?
That's crazy.
Ayor.
That's that real music, man.
That's that real music. Shout out to AR for the subscription. Thank you guys, as well as Tony Macias. Shout out to you guys. Get on the but I'm down to go on the Munchie pod. You know what I'm saying? Tell him to just cancel a couple of them randoms that be pulling up and get a real Potter on there, man, because he knows that, you know, we'll get to the business. Mars Queen Marlene said, hi, MooseMan, much love. Shout out to you, much love. Shasta said 6 days strong. 6 days strong. Ninetales Super Savage said, blonde version of Astrid. Sure know a dive bar that sell coke under the table. Is that what it's giving? Okay. Dragonite Moose is a hilarious name. Big Mussolini. Shout out to Shasta. The pick is just, why do they have to be so fat though? What if the Cavs get KD though? I like KD on the Cavs more than KD on the Rockets. That's for sure. The Rockets have no type of point guard or nothing still to this day. To this day, they don't got a point guard. Metal Matt said, yo, I finally caught a live. Let's go. Shout out to you, Metal Matt. Rachnoid, that's my nephew in the chat, y'all. Show love to Rachnoid. Ola Boosie Chips. The Rachnoid is my nephew, so show love to Rachnoid. One of the first appearances he's made since, you know, we're popping out here. You know what it is. Irie Elliott 6681, sup Moose, what's up with you? Repo Man T said, did Wack post Munchie's mom? I think that's who that was. Out of pocket. If so, that's not okay, not cool. Anthony Clip says, sent a gold coin. Sent like 5 gold coins. Thank you. The Martin 9400 hating or speaking facts, fools that can't handle the truth call of hate. No, you was hating. You was hating. Let's be real. You was glazing somebody else and hating on me, but then you being here glazing. But it's okay. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I'm just saying keep the same energy, my boy. March through mod me up, Holmes. I did say I was gonna mod you up, Shasta. You know what? Shasta's the last mod that's getting added for a hot minute. Anyone next who's getting added as a mod, we gotta do some type of mod contest, because that's how I became a Yuri mod. I wonder if I could find that Yuri stream. You know how crazy that would be, bro? I could literally maybe find that stream. Add as a moderator. Add as a moderator. We're gonna go standard moderator. Let me see. Does Lush get paid for them using his likeness in Malibu's Most Wanted? He is Jamie Kennedy, so yes, he does get paid. Xavier Nalina Malaka said, what part of Sac are you from? I grew up all over the south side of Sacramento. I grew up in Meadowview, Greenhaven, Pocket. I lived off Macro, Freeport. I lived in Elk Grove for a couple years when I went to high school. I lived all over the south mostly, though, and then in Elk Grove for a little bit. But I would say I'm from the south side. Does Lush get... Oh, okay, I read that. Do you think Crip Mac is really neurodivergent and his hyperfixation was being a Crip? I mean, he does have mental health issues. I've met him. I've talked to him many of times, and he's a cool dude. He's definitely like... He gets into character, but even when he's off camera, it's not like it's all the way off. He's still him. It's just like a toned down version for sure. What's wrong with the picture? You look fly, bro. I'm huge. I have 5 chins. I only got 2, right? I don't got 5. You a Kings or Warriors fan or Lakers? I'm a Lakers fan. I'm a sellout slug retro because my pops is from LA, so I grew up a Lakers, Dodgers, and Rams fan. But the Rams were always ass, so I abandoned them when I was about 8, 9 years old, and I became a Vikings fan because of Randy Moss. And then ever since then, I've been a Vikings fan. But shout out to the Rams. I got a lot of Rams players that I love. Steven Jackson, the running back, Marshall Faulk, greatest show on turf, Torrey Holt, Kurt Warner. Definitely know a lot about the Rams as well. Let's see. Put Dragonite in his Pokeball. Shout out to Dragon, all the Dragonites. Bean Dayway said, what happened to Asmongold? He got banned. We're gonna get into that. Blazers finishing top 3 in the West. Stunna Mary, yay, you think so? The Blazers, they picked up hella people, didn't they? Who did they pick up? Who did the Blazers just get? They got Kawhi, right? No. Kawhi went to Toronto, right? What team did Kawhi go to? And now they're saying that Kawhi's scamming and the trade might not even go through. What's going on? King Klebo said Ricky B on the news moving the goalposts on all his music takes. I'm about to go straight what's it called on him? What's that called? Dial up internet on him. I got a load on that one. Repo Man T said Moose hit a dab on live. On my old live streams, for sure, we were hitting dabs on live. Absolutely. Shout out to the 100 people in the chat. Like the stream. Subscribe if you haven't. If you want to chat, all you got to do is subscribe for 1 minute, and then you can hop in the chat and do your thug thizzle. The Rockets have Fred Van Vliet for PG, but he's tore his ACL after KD signed with them. True, yeah, but it looked ugly. The basketball was ugly without that PG. Tell Ricky he's not beating the zesty allegations by making gay threats. He did say he was going to take your cheeks, Dragonite Crip. You should be worried about that rather than Ricky. You need to worry about Ricky taking your cheeks, my boy. Sun-dried resin said on Inglewood. Somebody said, Repo Man said, hit a dab, bro. I don't even smoke anymore. A dab would literally probably put me in a coffin at this moment. Slick the Cool sent an unk alert. It is an unk alert. Rack Noise, show my uncle support so I can become the Soldier Boy streamer you store runner. True. Southside Sakura. Okay. Clout Rage Clips. What's up? David Figueroa. Wack is doing the most to deflect from being referred to as an informant in federal court. It's looking a little false flaggy. I don't know. We'll see. Let's go. Shout to Shasta, South Sac, Iraq. Moose, don't lie. You was Astrid could get it today. Joe Mack, you're too horny, brother. Calm down. Lefty Gunplay's crack pipe. You look like Icon on that picture. Don't do Icon like that. Yo, why did all the squeeze in burgers close in Sac? Moose? That cheese skirt and the milkshakes were fire. We were just telling stories about squeeze in last night. 11th birthday, went to squeeze in. They were open on a Sunday for the first time ever, and it was on my birthday, and I was able to get my cheese skirt. They opened other locations after that little brick one was the OG one. I think they opened one downtown, opened one down the street on Power Inn over there by the OG one. And they were like watered down, bro. They weren't the same. They still had the cheese skirts, but it just didn't have the same vibe. And I think that caused them to shut down. Swag Like Pino said, what's up, MooseMan? Love from Houston. Shout out to Texas, man. I love Texas, man. Shout out to the homie Street Champs from Colorado. He said he wants me to pull up to Colorado and, he might drop a bag for an interview, get me on a bunch of other platforms out there, pay me to slide out. Should we slide to Colorado? Colorado vlog? Colorado live stream? What y'all think? Let me see. March Through Silence said, now I want your opinion on my comment that got missed. LMAO, do you think that Phoenix track was trash? Shit was so AI and trash off the rip to me. I can't believe it got so hyped. I liked Rubbers. Everything since then's been asked. The Zookeeper, shout out to MooseMan from the IE. Shout out to the IE. The IE is so damn far away from everything. What do y'all be doing in the IE? Let me know. Is this dude's PFP a plate of pasta in chat? Just don't even look, honestly. T.S. Smith. T. Smith, Kenny Malice is calling. Kenny, I can't receive calls on my phone because I don't got no service in my crib, bro. You got to call me on FaceTime audio or text me, brother. I'm not going to lie. I don't have any service. For some reason, Verizon just does not offer service where I moved into, so I really don't. Let me see. Ja Morant. T. Smith said Ja Morant. Yes, they got Ja Morant. You're absolutely right. The Blazers got Ja Morant. Can't wait to see him ball out. And it seems like he's in a much more positive environment. The what's it called? The office. What the fuck is it called? The higher ups. What the fuck? The front office seems to fool with him and be like really trying to like turn his image around and make him like wholesome Ja Morant. Love to see that. Don't want to see him get smutted until he's out the league. That wouldn't be cool. We want to see Ja ball. You ever play Counter-Strike? I never did. I never got into the Counter-Strike because I never had a PC. I was a console guy, and I feel like PC guys are more likely to be into the CSGO and shit. I'd be down because we are going to be saving up our YouTube money to buy a PC, so we could get on some Counter-Strike. I'll probably be asked, but it's okay. Jumbo Slice said, how did Ricky go from saying Pooh is better than Dirk and will have a higher peak and saying he knew he was falling off after hearing FDO today on the news? Confusing, true. Definitely confused. I was thinking the same thing. Like, how did he flip so bad? But the reason why I turned on Pusha T is no, that's true. That's contradictory that he said when I heard FDO, I knew he was falling off because he hyped up FDO like it was the best shit in the world. I didn't even catch that. You're right. But he pretty much turned on Pooh when he robbed Gucci because he's like, he's such a dumbass. Like, I can't even fuck with him. He's so dumb. So he like turned on him then. But I like the new song. I listened to it a few more times. Not the greatest song. Ricky's kind of right, but still a good song. 100 Grant said, what up, though? What up, though? Dan Martin said, let's go, MooseMan. Keep pumping these live streams out. I'm going to pump it out, all right. Dixon, my ass, said, I'm trying to squeeze in. I could tell by your name, brother. Alex Barone said, did you watch the Munchie 20v1? I started to watch it at No Jumper as soon as it dropped, but I had to go and do some shit, so I left about halfway through. Slug Retro said, is San Jose really that bad of a place? No, it's not. There's areas that are super bad, and you should stay out of the hood where the Nortes and the Essays are beefing. But if you just go out there, fuck with some of the, you know, there's some good Filipinos I know out there. There's a lot of good, like, shout out to, what's that shit? Made by Rilla. Shout out to Made by Rilla. He got his store Jubo. Is that what it's called? Jubo? They do a lot of dope shit. There's a lot of like hipster type people, a lot of good food in San Jose, a lot of beautiful stuff. Yes, there's ghetto ass hoods and they will get up with you. But why would you travel anywhere and go to the hood? You know what I mean? Like people be like, it's so dangerous. Yes, some places it's all dangerous. Most places, if it's like a large enough city, there's bad parts, there's good parts. If you're going to travel somewhere, why would you ever go to the bad parts? Just go to the good parts. You'll be good, bro. Moose first 20 studs pop the balloon. Oh, I was just watching Pop the Balloon earlier. Freeway City Rays. Moose, were those two Latinas on Munchie's 20v1 really sisters? They both taken down Munchie. Wouldn't that be incest? They are not sisters, no. And I heard that the shorter one robbed the other one. So that's crazy. They're not sisters, they're not twins, and the one in pink robbed the one in black. I heard backdoored her for a bunch of money. Crazy, right? Shasta said, Rockies, let's get it. Xavier said, okay, my boy, what you know about Willie's Burgers on Broadway? What you know about Willie's Burgers on Broadway? Let me get a motherfucking hammer too. Add pastrami to that, John. Let me get a mocha shake and a chili cheese fry. What you know about Willie's, gang? Pull up 2 a.m. Let me get some chili cheese fries. Bro, isn't Willie's on Broadway the same as Tommy's out here? Because they was trying to get on me for saying that. That's what I was told my whole life. The whole chili burger shit, chili cheese fries. Tommy and Willie is brothers and they open similar type of 100%. Restaurants. Isn't that how it went? Or did I just get told a lie? Ben Don't Break.
That's that real music, man.
Ben Don't Break, thank you for the subscription. Thank you, bro. Okay, my boy. Keep It Peasy said, come to Inland Empire. I'll definitely come to the IE. I heard it's kind of activa out there, though. Is there some fun stuff, or you guys just shoot each other? Moose Knuckle the Goat. Shout out to Spark8147. Repo Man T said, Moose, I'm Mexican like you, and got a bad black one on the roster also. Hey, bad black one. It's just a crazy way to say it, but I get what you're saying, brother. Yeah, shout out to you and your black queen. Stunna Marie 2256 said, I fuck with the late night streams. I never catch nothing live anymore since I became a square working N-word. Hey, shout out to you. I definitely have always liked the late night streams better, but I do got to do an earlier stream. We got to start damn near doing 2 streams a day, early one. Tomorrow is a perfect day because I don't got no real pods. I don't got no jumper. I don't got da-da-da. I don't got ba-ba-ba. I don't got doo-doo-doo. I don't got goo goo gaga. It's like 6 9 songs. I don't got nothing. I don't got Chi Cha Cha. So I'll do a pre-stream, a pre-Friday members only stream. The No Jumper, they go live at 12. Is it 12? Something like that. I'll do like 9 to 12, 10 to 12, something like that. And then I'll give you a late night stream tomorrow as well, or at least evening stream. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the schedule, see when y'all like to watch me the most. But either way, shout out to the 100 viewers in the chat. Y'all are all dope. Fuck with y'all. Love y'all. Show you what the suburbs about. MPC 500 said, you're... The Martin 9400 said, how would you compare Sac to other major cities? In Cali, being from the town, never had a reason to go out there. When I did go, it seemed like a quiet town out there. I would say Sac is like a cow town that's slowly turned into a big city, but still has aspirations to be like a metropolis. They're always trying to expand, build stuff, but it's mostly a lot of neighborhoods, families. Way slower lifestyle than I would say even the Bay. You know what I'm saying? It's much more settled down. You want to settle down somewhere, go to Sac. There's a lot of good neighborhoods. Don't move to the hood because you're not going to have a good time settling down with your family there. Find somewhere nice. You could get a house probably cheaper than the Bay or LA and shit, and settle down with your fam bam. That's what I would say Sac is more a good place for. You know what I'm saying? It's just tucking off. Joe Max said Ricky purposely makes an unpopular take. If he didn't, y'all would be on a topic for 5 seconds. Yeah, does him playing devil's advocate or just giving like the opposite side take almost all the time make for a better podcast, or would you rather him have just like more cohesive points if he is going to take devil's advocate? What do y'all think? I love Ricky though. Shout out to Ricky. Shout out to Dane Martin for this gold coin. I looked up what you do with those. So I think gold coins and jewels, if you add up a certain amount of gold coins and jewels, they turn into rubies, and a ruby is like 0.01 cent. So it's shout out to y'all, man. I think it's like bits on Twitch pretty much. Let's see. Keep it PZ909 said, I got features from Agoff, Chapo, Zelly from the IE. Okay. You a rapper? Okay. Keep it peasy. Dragonite Moose said, here, bro, fix the picture to something more realistic. Bro, who is that in all red? Is that me? March Through Silence said, through the new Phoenix freestyle was mad funny. Obviously real vocals because it sounded trash, but still dubbed over an AI track. Yeah, that was not good. Dragonite Crip said, Kenny just wanted to call to let you know he's playing Black Ops 2. I do not care. DJ Rivera said, yo, Moose, what's good? Shout out to you. You must be in Colorado, Denver. I see the logo. Stunna Marie said that they got Damian Lillard back. That's the biggest thing they made the playoffs last year without both Ja and Dame. They got a lot of young bulls over there that's going crazy. Ninetail Super Savage said, Ricky got to be trolling. No way he actually believes the things he says, especially when it comes to his takes on music. True. Keep it peasy said, if someone asks you how much you charging for a feature right now, how much should we charge, chat? I'll give somebody a feature for fucking I'll give you, I be rapping. I be really rapping, okay? So if you get me on my song, I'm really bar out. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to charge you $100 straight up, but one blue strip. If you want Moose on your song. The Martin said, San Jose is surprisingly mellow for such a big city. I used to go to school out there. The main thing to worry about in San Jose is the police. They don't play. They absolutely don't. Moose, Dane Martin said, Moose, the IE has a lot of history, like the first McDonald's located in San Bernardino. It's a museum owned by another local food chain, fast food history. Let's go there, bro. Let's do a vlog going to the first McDonald's. I love McDonald's. Okay, my boy, no ball. Okay. I don't know. I never heard that, TBH. Not gonna lie, Shasta. I don't know how to act now that I'm modded up. I want something to say, something silly, so I could put them on timeout. No timing out. Anyone can say pretty much anything unless they're doxing. Racknoid, shout out to you, bro. Donating $1.99. Said don't spend it all in one place, bro. Keep your damn money, bro, because you're gonna be asking for it later. Okay, I don't want to send you back your $2. Don't try to look good for the chat. Let's be real. But don't time anybody out. They got to be doxing someone. They got to be saying some TOS, like super foul shit. Other than that, let everything rock. Do not time nobody out. Don't ban nobody. The mods are just for like, if we get any like spam bots, we get any people saying foul stuff, dropping addresses. That's the only things that we can't tolerate. Everything else, let it fly. Livermore, California, stand up. Double O the God. Shout out to Livermore. That's where my homie's girl was from in college, and she had a nub hand. Her hand was like a nub with like little balls of fingers. It was like little pebbles of fingers on her hand. It was like a nub hand. I pull up to his party. Shout out to my homie Trev, my white homie. He used to have parties at his crib. You know what I'm saying? He had a nice house, throw parties. Everybody pull up, turn up. He comes back home, brings his girl. He's like, I'm throwing a party. Come through, Moose. I'm like, let's go. I'm pulling up. I pull up. I'm smoking. I'm high as a kite. You know what I'm saying? Back then, I think I was probably rolling up B-list, B-legits, the two swishers, lick them together, roll the big-ass blunt. I'm high as a kite walking up. I remember in the group text before the party, he goes, hey, bro, like, y'all know my girl got a nub and shit. Like, she's self-conscious about it. Like, the only thing I'm asking y'all, it's like her right hand. So when you meet her, just like give her a wave, maybe even a little side hug. Don't reach out to shake her hand. I walk up. Hitting my Bila. I'm like, what's good, Trev? Pull up. He's like, oh, Moose, what's good, bro? He's like, yo, this is my girl. I'm faded. I think I was off the drink, too. I was smoking. I go, nice to meet you. Stick my hand out, look down. I go, fuck. I go, hey, it was nice to meet y'all. I fucking turned around instantly and just walked away. It was so awkward. It was all bad. Let me see. Racknoy said you should get the Discord active again. Bro, we got the Discord active. You've been MIA. Best believe you could check the Discord right now. It's popping, my boy. Stop playing. We are gonna do viewer call-ins. That's an old idea. That's yesterday's idea. Straight up, man. Scum said, keep up the work, my boy. You, Lush, and Munchie, only thing keeping that platform going. Yeah, shout out to the top dogs. You know, top three shit. Dane Martin says, sent the W. Unpop said, Ricky is a moron. Come on. Shasta said the Pusha T song Go Brazy. I like it too. The Martin said, thinking about buying something out in Roseville. Got family out there. Do you approve, or is there better area out there? There's better areas, but Roseville is nice as hell. You know what I'm saying? Definitely safe as hell. You got the gallery out there. Nice little mall. A lot of little shit to do. Movie theaters. Good restaurants. You know what I'm saying? Roseville's nice. The only place is nicer than Roseville's like, you know, El Dorado Hills. What's the other place is called? Granite Bay, you know what I'm saying? There's a couple like super, that's where like the Kings players be living and shit. But Roseville, definitely super nice. 45 minutes away from really like Sacramento, like the real Sac, like downtown. You probably got to go about 30 minutes from downtown to Roseville. Very nice area though. Why are Rasa podcasters against Adam? Like Lucky? I'm not from 63rd. You talking about Lucky? Which other ones? Lucky is against him because they've been going at it. Jug Season said, hit the like button. Facts. True. Hit the like button, please. It's free. You don't got to donate. You ain't got to become a member. You ain't got to do none of that if you don't want to. Please just like the stream. Subscribe. It helps me out. Helps me hit the algorithm. Helps me get 107 viewers. That's why all you guys are here, because I love you so much. Patui said, unless they a baddie, I'm not trying to hear from the chat. Damn. Ninetail Super Savage said, I'm currently building a case file on Ricky. I'm not going to elaborate, but I believe he was involved in some slightly nefarious content uploaded to YouTube that led to him ending his tenure at Berkeley. What are we talking about? You gotta spill the beans. What do we mean? Because, bro, on one of our pods we did recently, Ricky said he's in a secret society. What does that mean? We said, is it Scientology? He says no. Masons? No. I asked, but I guess if it's either one of those, he couldn't even say yes if it was. What secret society is Ricky in? Let me see. I'm not from 63rd said, besides the Wack thing, when is the closest time you almost threw hands in a podcast? Probably when I triggered Juice Unlocked, and he was getting all mad. I thought, you know, if he fires on me, I'm definitely gonna dip him, and we got to get down, my boy. Keep it peasy. Say, hey, yo, I got you busted, bro. Repo Manti said, do the Crit Mac feature specials. True. Xavier, shout out to Racknoid for the 199. Have you done? Swag Like Pino said, have you done 23andMe? Nicholas Hyam said you had colonizer blood heavy. So were your grandparents born in the U.S. or in Mexico? Did your parents know Spanish? One set of my dad's parents were born in Mexico. My mom's parents were born here. My dad's parents obviously speak Spanish, so my dad speaks Spanish. My mom does not speak Spanish, so that's my dad raising me. I guess wanted me to speak English very well, and he was afraid that if he taught me Spanish first, I would have trouble speaking English, and I wouldn't be as good at communicating in English. And now that I speak English for a living, I'm not too mad at it. But I do need to work on my Spanish since I live in Los Angeles. It's pretty much necessary to speak Spanish, but I'm not going to complain because my whole job is talking and speaking English. So shout out to Pops. The Martin said, isn't the first Del Taco in the IE2? No way. Y'all got everything. The burger at Del Taco is better than any Mexican food they got. Jacob Grubb said, a blue strip for a Moose verse. We might hold you to it. Shout out to my boy Jacob Grubb. He used to be at them parties at the homie Trev's house. He was probably there when he had his girlfriend with the nub hand pulling up. Shout out to Jacob Grubb. That's my boy from high school. Keep It Peasy said, I'm 10 minutes away from Moose. You got security. Say less, bro. If somebody pulls up trying to fade me again, keep it peasy. Yo, bro, I need you, bro. Pull up. Denthead said, was it just me or was Lush looking jaundiced today? I'm concerned. True. Lush has been looking skinnier and skinnier. I pray Lush don't die. That would suck so bad. Ryan Fraser said, love from South Australia. What's up with all the Aussies in here? What time is it in Australia? Is it 12 hours? Is it 9:41 a.m.? Let me know, y'all. Let me know. I'm going to ask you for a cart in 2 weeks. I bet you are, buddy. Jacob Grubb said, Trevor's nub girl. See? He knew exactly what it was. Let me see. You getting packed out too personal? Damn. Denthead said, and I fuck with Lush, even though back in 2010, I emailed him and bought a grind time tee and never got it. I'll try to get it for you. He's got to print that up. He's got to pay you back. Double O the God, I said I went to high school with a girl with a nub too. No way. Black Jesus Christ 666 said, Moose, why you left your day? I love this narrative. Moose, why you left your day one man's Adam in the sack trenches, fool? My nephew Rachnoid works for my homie Adam. So Rack, speak on Adam. Did I leave him in the trenches of Sacramento? Is Adam pissed at me because I never see Adam in the chat no more? Shout out to my boy Adam, aka Zan. My first ever viewer, my only supporter at one point. Shout out to Adam. Rachnoid could speak on it because he sees them pretty frequently. Rachnoid said, phantom pain hand job. Don't know what that means. Quick said, crazy story, pebbles for fingers. I swear that's what it looked like. It was literally like round balls for fingers. I had never seen something like that. I mean, I have no problem with her. It was just, an awkward moment. I'm not from 63rd said, they saying Ricky did some questionable crimes in Berkeley that might get exposed tomorrow before the news, according to my source. Bro, no way, bro. No. Ain't no way, bro. Moose, you look like you do finger lights for real. I've never been to a rave. I always thought it was the lamest shit in the world to go to EDC, raves, plur. The word plur pisses me off. The word candy to refer to bracelets pisses me off. Bitches in little furry clothes pisses me off. I always hate rave. I hate raves, bro. I hate rave culture. You know what? I was about to say something crazy. I'm not going to say that. Never mind. I don't like raves. Keep it PC. What's the number? Yeah, let me drop my phone number in the chat. Jimbo Slice, great name. Do you remember when Spotify said that California is the only state that is considered the West Coast? Did he say that? I mean, that Spody was in prison though, so I'm gonna give him a break. Martin said that he's in the Illuminati. Ricky's crazy if he's in the Illuminati. If he's in the Illuminati and it just got him on No Jumper on the news, he's got to go back and restructure his contract. Because if I sell my soul and I don't at least get my own show, then I'm spinning the block. I don't know. Facts only said Ricky meant he's secretly gay. It's kind of a society. Yeah, it's a movement, a community, you could say. Dragonite Moose said Ricky is DL. That's what he meant. Oh, so everyone thinks that. Okay. Dragonite Crip said Ricky joined the what? Dragonite Crip said Ricky joined the secret society for humiliation rituals. So he's just destined to give takes that people get mad at him for the rest of eternity, or what? Is it true, Rachnoid said, is it true you sniffed Adam's fingers after he got done finger banging that corn chick after a baby alien collab? No, that was just a joke, you guys. Come on, calm down. VerXX said, Shalom, Cadet. Shalom. Shout out to all my, that's a Jewish thing. Shout out to all the Jews that are good people. You know, I know you guys are getting, having a hard time right now. But shalom to all my real ones that are Jews. Not everybody's a Zionist. Not everybody's Netanyahu. Give them a break. You know, there's some cool people. Jeff Dean Ridgeway says salute MooseMan. Mr. MooseMan says salute Pop. Shout out to Mr. MooseMan in the chat. Shasta said, not gonna lie, I feel like blending Wack for throwing water bottle at Mussolini. We will get an army together at one day. Just know we're building our army right now. Martin said, Moose, you should battle Lush. I was shocked how trash he was when I heard him rap. Thought coming from the battle rap scene, he'd have bars. Lush is a great lyricist, flow-wise, delivery, his voice, overall swag. That's why he's probably not a successful rapper, but Lush definitely has way better bars than I do, and he comes up with them way quicker than I do. I saw it when we were writing the bars for the 24-hour stream. He just is like bam, bam, bam. They're creative, they're witty, they're funny, and I was sitting there for like 20 minutes trying to write a verse. So Lush got that. Repo Man T said Australians and Norteños. There has never been a chat ever. I don't think there's ever been a chat that's existed on the history of the internet that's combined Australian viewers and Norteño viewers. I don't think that's ever been a combo that's been made. This Guinness Book of World Records needs to tap in ASAP. Shout out to Big League Juice 69, donated 99 cents to the militia. Shout out to you guys. Keep It PZ said SF, THL, NSR, Fontana, and Rialto got you out here. Shout out and free greedy. Facts. I know I knew to this Moose. Dragonite Crip said Adam has to fight off Norteños by himself now. True. I can't protect him. Keep It PZ said shit ain't all shits and giggles. Rachnoid said he's currently taping all fireworks together to launch a 500k kg bomb on you right now as we speak. He mad in the sack trenches. Damn, my homie Adam turned on me. That's crazy. That's crazy. Mr. Make It Back said, love from Canada. Crazy. This is the only live Moose I've ever seen for real. Shout out to Canada. Canada. Yo, hey, just know I don't support none of that shit that Trump was talking about Canada, saying, oh, you're going to be the 51st state. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all going to be y'all in country forever. Free Canada. Free Canada out that jam. Let's see. Rest in peace, Wack 100. Soon with love. Moke and friends. What? Rachnoid said McNorte. Yo, can I get a McNorte? We definitely got to do a video where I order a McNorte out here because I might actually have the worker jump through the window and attack me. AJ Carson said, I had a homie I played youth football with that had pebble fingers and a nub hand. Co was one of the best running backs I ever played with for real. So he's kind of like Emmanuel. What's that dude with the one hand that be hooping? Does he have one arm or just one hand? I think he has one arm. Emmanuel something. He will be balling. Moose, is it true Ricky was in the Epstein files? Bro, that's how y'all talking. Like, bro's just about to get exposed for something crazy. David Figueroa said ravers are 21st century hippies. Fucking hippies. Hippies are way cooler than them. Zookeeper said the IE has the largest amphitheater in the U.S. What is that? What is it called? Is it Red Rocks? Is Red Rocks out there? Is Red Rocks in the IE? Or am I just making... What is Red Rocks? I always see comedians there. Where is that? And is that the one you're talking about? Yeah, if Ricky Illuminati, he must have only sold a toe, not his soul. True. Harley would generally sell his soul for an episode on Bang Bus. Rachnoid, you probably would too. Almighty O'Milly, shout out to you. W MooseMan. David Figueroa, shout out to you. D React, shout out to D Reacts TV. Go sub up to him. He drops a lot of dope content as well. David Figueroa said free Palestine. Absolutely, free Palestine. Let them people free, man. Free my people. Freeway City Ray said, Moose, has your mom heard anything at CHP regarding the YG investigation? No, I think, dude, like the CHPs all around talk to each other. Like, why would LA CHP talk to SAC CHP? Or are they all I mean, I know they're all connected, obviously, because they don't have like jurisdiction. Like they patrol the highways all up and down California, but I don't think she's getting news on like investigations down here, if I had to guess, because she didn't let me know, and she be watching my shows. So, you know what I'm saying, mother, if you have any information, I need it so I can report on it and be, you know, in the mix. Okay, so let me know. Let's go. Moose just confirmed he's norteño. No, I'm saying like some of my fans are norteños and some of my home, let me not say fans. Some of the family, the Moose family is norteños and some of the Moose family is Australian. I don't think that's ever mixed before. I've never seen that. Black Jesus Christ said 13, LA 13. Mitchell Pantano said it's 2:45 p.m. here in Australia, mate. Knocked off work, getting baked. How's the weed in Australia? Rachnoid said, classic Jew move, sending the cheapest amount possible. Cold. Clout Rage Clip said, yeah, we don't want you as a state, Canada. True. The Zookeeper said, Glenn Helen holds 65,000. Golly. Rachnoid said, MooseMan, Danielle Larson collab win. Who is Danielle Larson? Facts Only said there's definitely a coalition of gay men coming for Ricky. He will never leave that lifestyle behind. So Ricky's did some gay shit? No. Ostenios. My mother said I have no information regarding the YG or any other investigation. Shout out to my mom. She says she don't got nothing for y'all. Sorry, you guys. It's California Highway Patrol. True. What do you think about the Munchie 20v1? We need Lush and Doughboy edition. Lush is refusing to do a 20v1 with Doughboy because he feels like he's such a joint. He deserves his own. Do y'all want two separate ones? Or would you rather see the Lush and Doughboy go in public and try to get more numbers and have a Riz-off pickup artist style competition to see who has more Riz? What would you rather see? Because Mikey said that he's going to be pitching a bunch of ideas and to give him ideas and he'll give me credit for the ideas if I pitch them and they like them. So let me know a bunch of ideas you guys have for content. I'll give them to Mikey. He'll give them to the higher ups and you might see it come to life on No Jumper. So let me know, you guys. Double O the God said these are all the secret societies in Berkeley: Skull and Keys, Order of the Golden Bear, Sons and Daughters of California, the Gun Club. So it's got to be one of those. Maybe we'll have to look into the Berkeley secret societies and see which one Ricky's most likely to join, and we could try to go from there. That's so weird to get investigated by the CHP. I've been saying that too. I don't get that still. Like, I get that it's like on some certain fairgrounds that's close to the highway, but it's like murder investigation? I don't know, bro. I know that they do that. But I never heard of that before. Dane Martin said Glenn Bell, creator of Taco Bell, worked for McDonald's Brothers and later got the idea of the hard shell taco from a spot called Milta in San Bernardino. Bro, got all the facts. Mitchell Pantano said full medical here, mostly Canadian products. Oh, it's medical. Okay. But the quality is solid. You would say that it's not like boof, it's not brickweed, it's not like, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't seem like it's been vacuum sealed and it's like flat ass nugs. It's like regular weed. Like, does Canada grow good weed? Xavier and Alina Malanka said, why does it seem to be weird calling us fans? It's no different than being a fan of some music or something. Just because it's like kind of corny. I feel like, oh, I love all my fans. You guys are so cool. I love my fans. It's like, nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really a man of the people, bro. We ain't got no fans. It's a fan bam. You know what I'm saying? The Martin 9400 said, or no, wait. Swag Like Pino said, you know anyone I could call in Sacramento if I'm trying to fake a car injury? Heard you know ball. Nope. Not helping you commit fraud. I'm not referring you anybody to commit fraud. I don't know anyone that does fraud. I know people, the real lawyers. The Martin 9400 said, what old No Jumper guest would you like to interview the most? Wiz Khalifa. I'm sure Currency's been on there. I'm sure Action Bronson I'd love to interview. I like Action Bronson a lot. Interesting guy. I don't know. I'm sure the list goes on. I'd have to look at some folks. I haven't been thinking about that. Should I start doing interviews? Should I pitch me doing interviews on No Jumper, or interviews kind of like played out and like nobody cares about interviews? And what type of person would I interview if I were to interview somebody? Let me know. Clout Rage Clip said, Moose, please make sure Lush takes a shower and puts on clean clothes for his 20v1. I think Lush always showers. He just looks kind of dirty, but he's not actually dirty. He doesn't actually stink or nothing. Xavier said, No Jumper should do like a Family Feud type streamer vlog. Just know that's one of Moose's ideas. There might be some head-to-head type of trivia type of stuff. You never know. Maybe hip-hop. Maybe Lush is my champion, has to defend his honor against other hip-hop heads. Maybe we'll delve into some other type of topics. I want to host a show that's kind of like a game show. I'll be honest. I think it'll be good. Let's see. Only time I ever heard of CHP investigating someone was for transporting work. I could see that. I could see them tracking peas, crossing bitches, trafficking across state lines, or not state lines, but city to city. Maybe they're tracking them. But a murder investigation, I never heard of that. No cap. David Figueroa said the 818's got the best weed. I mean, it may be in Southern California. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that, if that's what you're talking about. Shout out to Lil Kelpie. Black Jesus said, Patui said, Rizoff and the 20v1. That's two different things. Lush definitely needs his own 20v1, and we need to see who gets more numbers. P.S. We know it ain't Doughboy. See, that's what I like. That's what everyone thinks. But honestly, that's why it's a good idea, because either Doughboy doesn't get like barely any numbers and Lush washes him, cleans up, and he's like disappointed, or Lush loses to Doughboy. Doughboy gets more numbers, shocks the world, and Lush may jump off the second floor of the mall we go to. If that were to happen, we're going to get a crash out of historic proportion from Lush. If Doughboy were to beat him in a Rizoff, it would shatter his world. So either way, I think it will be entertaining. Quick said, you always stop and laughed at doo-doo, how Peter Griffin always does with Duty. Bro, Adam said it the other day on the pod, and I said doo-doo, and he didn't laugh or nothing. I mean, it's funny, bro. You do that? Do that? Joey Irie said Elk Groove. Elk Groove is funny as fuck. Robo said fuck the fans and Doughboy and Houston Bay. Damn, fuck everybody. Quick said I don't think interviews could ever get played out. Yeah, I guess it just depends on how you do the interview, who you interview, who would be interested to interview. Not rappers, that's for sure. It doesn't seem like. On a Lonely Mission said I was in the feds with 607 Unc. He used to sell taffy candy in the yard. Terre Haute USP. 607 Unc been to the feds? No way. On a Lonely Mission said I was also there with Gucci Mane. Wow. The Martin said interviews are cool with an interesting guest. Been watching Snow the Product lately. Interview too short. Felipe Esparza, George Lopez. Shout out to I didn't know that Snow the Product was getting on our media membership. Shout out to her. Real one. I fuck with Snow the Product. Facts. MooseMan said, nobody really cares about interviews anymore, but maybe they will start caring if you do good interviews. Yeah, we just have to, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should just keep sticking to my thing. Mitchell Pantano said, Moose, you should do a decathlon like Billy Madison versus Doughboy and Lush. Decathlon. I'm going to write some of your guys' ideas down. Decathlon. Decathlon is like swimming, running, biking. Is that a decathlon? Isn't that what that is? Decathlon versus Doughboy. Lush isn't going to do anything physical. Doughboy probably isn't either. He's still ducking my hoop fade. But Decathlon versus people in the office, I think that would be amazing content. Let's see. Mitchell Pantano said, okay, I read that. Freeway City Ray said, Moose, pull up to Lake Paris. We got boats, jet skis, fishing, and all the tortas you want. Wow. Where is Paris? Paris, California. Paris, CA. Where is that by? Paris. Look, the first thing that pops up is just pictures of water. He wasn't lying. Literally, it doesn't even pop up like buildings. First pics is just straight water. Water. What is this by, bro? Okay, so it's down here. Paris is way over here. Okay, so we got to come down over here. Okay, so if we ever want to get in the water on some lake shit, it looks like a lake is over there or something. I feel like there's no lakes in LA. It's all, you got to go to the beach or nothing, right? But that looked like a lake, kind of. There ain't no rivers, right? I don't know nothing. I'm not going to lie about geography of Los Angeles terrain. Let me see. The zookeeper said, did you try the food Rio's sister came through with? I wasn't there, and then the only one that was in the fridge when I was there today was Lush's leftovers. Obviously not going to touch that. Ricky was contemplating eating the Lush leftovers. I'm not trying to bleed my boy, but he was that hungry. He was willing to eat Lush leftovers. That one that he was on the fucking on the show on Tuesday. Ricky was about to eat that. I said, Ricky, don't eat that shit, bro. And he just dipped and went to go get something to eat. But shout out to Rick. Let me see. Tyler Goods 20v1 was legendary. It was really funny from everything I saw. AJ Carson said you got to do a Big Brother type stream for 2 to 3 days and make music competitions and shit. I think the super chats could pay the Edgars for their time. At least a 24-hour stream. 24-hour stream where we have it blocked off. Like, we need to have block off the 24-hour stream where it's like we do this for 2 hours. Then we transition to this segment for 2 hours. Then we get in the studio for 2 hours. Like, it has to be blocks where it's not just we sit at a desk and talk for 24 hours straight. We got to have, like, a plan. And to me, I feel like a 12-hour stream. But I guess 24-hour will work, especially if we block it off. If we have, like, shifts where it's like, you know, like AB and Dean been doing. They have a night shift come in. We need to do that. We need to actually have everyone cycle in and out. People who can hang should hang, but nobody should be forced to be all sleepy and boring on the pod. If you're sleepy, cycle out, go home, take a nap, come back when you feel better, or take a nap on the couch or something in the lobby and come back. But I think we should have a lot more cycling in and out of actual exciting hosts and actually have activities planned for the next 24-hour or 12-hour stream, and I think it will be way better. Double O the God said, Order of the Golden Bear established in 1900. This group gathers prominent student leaders, our faculty, and administrators for confidential discussions on campus issues. Ricky fits the description. I could see that. He's a little bit of a hall monitor vibes. Maybe. Quick said, have a hip-hop style of the chase, and Lush can be the beast who knows all the hip-hop rap knowledge. Have y'all seen that game show? I haven't seen that, but I definitely wanted Lush to like be my Jeopardy champion that goes against and like defends his belt, and then somebody has to dethrone Lush, and then we'll bring them as the champion and try to dethrone them. And, you know, we'll see how it goes. Prayed Up said, quick salute. Jimbo Slice said, when people complain about the Edgars not talking to the mic is not because we want to hear what they got to say. It just slows up the pod and everyone stops talking. That's true. That's true. I was just trying to encourage him, so he did start doing that. You know what I'm saying? Channel X said, can we get a Moose, Destiny, and Sam Hyde pod on No Jumper? That would be legendary. I think Destiny and Sam Hyde are very oppy at this point in their lives, so I don't think he would sit down. We could definitely get Destiny, and who else should we get instead of Sam Hyde? Because I don't think Sam Hyde is sitting with Destiny and vice versa. AJ Carson said, Lush where cat piss soaked Amiri. Okay, he stunk that day, but I didn't see him that day, so I didn't smell it. Mitchell Plantano said, decathlon could be any 10 events. It's 10 events? That's a triathlon? True, Black Jesus Christ, you're right. Xavier and Alina Malanka said, Moose Game Show would go crazy. You could damn near do a mini one on your own stream if you could get enough people down. Yeah, we should start running stuff on the stream, getting proof of concept if it does good numbers with the chat and, like, you know, us over here. And then I could show it to No Jumper and be like, yo, we've been running it up. People have been liking this, you know, theme, this idea. We got a little proof of concept. We put a couple numbers on the board. What's up? Can we try it on No Jumper? That is a great idea. We should start doing stuff like that. Like, this is the training ground. This is the all that. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I didn't realize I just had my music up. Let me see. Trey D said, Doughboy never follows up with his ideas. Yeah, he does. He is kind of like a... What podcast was it? I used to listen to a podcast and somebody would be like, you're just an idea guy, but you never follow through with them. What podcast is that? Y'all know what I'm talking about. If anybody listens to podcasts, there was one podcast, maybe it was Apollo. Was it Apollo where Keem was always giving ideas but never executing, and they would always get on him for that? I don't remember. Shout out to Dane Martin for the party hat. Ninetail Super Savage. I don't want to accuse Ricky of anything without valid proof to avoid a lawsuit, but I will be dropping my evidence in the near future, bro. I want to know what this is. Like, what? Let me see. DD Stu 56. Can you please tell Doughboy to throw away those Jordan 1 mids he had from the roast BS? That's just unacceptable. Yeah, the Jordan 1 mids, definitely not a vibe. Definitely not a vibe. On a Lonely Mission said, before you put hashtags ChatGPT and see if they're not shadow banned. Okay, I got you. I've been leaving out a lot of the hashtags. Today I just did the hashtags that were relevant to the stream, and we still haven't gotten into any topics. I've just been talking to you guys, but shout out to you. David Figueroa said the middle of nowhere. Patui said, y'all still doing the potluck for Doughboy's B-Day? Yes, pizza potluck. Hopefully. I'm down. DD Stu said, you guys should fire Doughboy for his B-Day, like a retirement party. That would be funny. That would be hilarious. Facts Only said, Lush eat like 500 calories a day. I don't know how he functions. True. We went to dinner for Kenny's B-Day, and Kenny, I swear, Lush took like 3 bites of food, and then he was done. No cap. Let's see. Robo805 said, do some challenges. Lush versus Doughboy or whatever. Racing, go-kart race, shooting range, anything Kenny versus Spenny type. Look it up. Yes, I want to do that. Doughboy's just been ducking me because I think he knows I'm going to cook him and everything. What kind of Latino is Rios? He looks Blaxican. Isn't he Puerto Rican? BG said, what's Comparator doing as your wallpaper? What? No, that's Moosey. Look. This is Moose when I was at war. You know, I'm a veteran and shit. Stolen Valor shit. You know what it is. Cult Media said, Moose, will you be down to do political commentary for big media pages like NPR or MSNBC? My homegirl makes a living on political commentary for major new medias. Absolutely. Let me know. I will get right on my libtard shit, study my ass off, and get up on BBC and cook up.
100%.
Pause.
That's crazy.
You didn't even say BBC. Pause. You said MSNBC. Why did I just... You know what? Let's move on. When Luna gonna be on the pod again? Patu, you're too horny, brother. You're too horny. DD Stu said, I'm dead serious. Dude is the worst host in No Jumper history by far. Wow. Facts Only said, Adam don't seem to like the 24-hour streams. He doesn't, but they feed the fans with tons of content, especially the news is slow. Yeah, I see that. I like 24-hour streams. I get it from a monetary thing. They got to pay everybody to be there. I get it. You know what I'm saying? It probably doesn't make the most amount of money. Ninetail Super Savage said, Ricky Society is not the Golden Bear. It involves filming YouTube videos. What would I have to YouTube to find these videos, Ninetail Super Savage? Just give me a hint so we could YouTube it and see. Zookeeper So Phoenix finally admitted to using AI. Yep. Alan Barone said Destiny and Brandon would be funny as hell. They debated already, and Destiny cooked them. The Martin said, do you ever get annoyed by everyone bullying Lush? Having everyone play the tough guy gets old? Yeah, it is annoying, but they do the same thing to me sometimes, so I understand. Tyler Good said, I love when they start telling the Edgars to talk on the mic and the Edgars argue back, still off mic. Yeah, I love hyping the Edgars up. Like, Kyle was like, he told Steven, Kyle was like, bro, talk in the mic. They want you to talk in the mic. Steven's like, I brought the mic closer to me today. He's like, I know, but they've been saying you need to talk in the mic. I'm like, Steven, you gonna let Kyle just boss you around? He was like, yeah, fuck Kyle. I love hyping up Steven, bro. Nathan's the chill Edgar. Steven's the grumpy one. So you gotta hype up Steven and get him riled up, and then he starts talking shit to people. It's the funniest shit ever. I fuck with Steven. Let me see. Soda said maybe they said that on What Could Go Wrong. Probably. Bill Clinton's Owl said, have you considered branching out from No Jumper LA content? You have good debating skills. You could definitely apply those topics with broader audience. I could see you killing it in a Jubilee vid. I think I might do a Jubilee style vid on No Jumper. 20 Trumpers versus Moose. What do you think? 20 Trumpers versus Moose. How do you think I do? Let me know. Would y'all be interested in that? Bandan5597, what's up, Moose? What's up with you, my boy? Swag like Pino, how prepared are you for a No Jumper cipher? Did Ricky say he would hypothetically have a better verse than you? I hope he doesn't think that, because there's no world, you know what I'm saying? We call it trash bag because we leave it in a bin. You know what it is. I got a bunch of comparator disses. You know what I'm saying? We would come with all kinds. I'm dissing everybody on there. I'm coming like the Flacco cipher verse. I'm just dissing every YouTuber that's ever dissed me straight up. Let me see. Channel X said Munchie winning the cipher again. Munchie does rap well. Definitely. Eric Jack said, I just jumped in that track is nice, cuz. Shout out to you, Eric Jack. Appreciate you, Gango. Band dancing. Can you help me out? Can you help me out? Learn to knee space grow. You try to get me, brother. I'm too slow for, I mean, I'm too fast for that. My bad. Trey D said BBC brain. Pause. DD Stu said Moose a better podcaster than Adam. TBH. Adam pouts too much and always tries to portray this I don't care attitude, when in reality he cares more than anybody else. I mean, all I heard was Moose is a better potter than Adam. Shout out to you, brother. You know, I'll take it all day, baby. But I definitely, you know, maybe my hunger is showing because I just got on the scene. I got to grind hard. Adam's been doing this for fucking 10 years. He might be a little bored of it. He might be a little annoyed. He might be a little tired of shit. I, on the other hand, I love it. I'm ready to fucking seize the day. What's the seize the day phrase? What's that shit? What's that shit that all the fucking cringe ass Facebook people be posting? It means seize the day. I forget that saying. Let me see. Jimbo Slice said we need to get less clean. Bro's on a manic downward spiral, but it's like he's been on drugs for hella long. It's like he didn't look like this. I don't know what's going on. Robo said no jumper cipher. Dragonite Crip said they caught Ricky being freaky in the library. Nah. John Pork Bacon Jr. said, hey Moose, what you know about the tamale lady outside of the Asian supermarket Welco on Fruit Ridge? Her tamales and the salsa that she serves with it is hella good. I never went there. I'm not gonna lie. On Fruit Ridge, I would go on Franklin and Fruit Ridge. There's a canaceria right there, and I would grab some carnitas from up there. They're fire as fuck. Buy some tortillas, you know what I'm saying? Some limons and shit, you know what I'm saying? And just make some tacos, some cilantro. But yeah, right across the street from the Gym Boys, Franklin and Fruit Ridge right there. And then Franklin and Fruit Ridge, there used to be a taco truck right there. What was it? Fuck, what was that? La Estrella or some shit. La Estrella. But yeah, I used to go there, but they moved the taco truck and then I didn't eat there no more. DD Stu said point and shoot is Adam's Voldemort. True. He does not want people speaking on promoting that guy for sure. Channel X said 20 no jumper trumpers are gonna be insanity. True. Tyler Good said we need Dragonite Crip and Ricky to take Doughboy and Spody's spot on that janky fight card. That would be fire. That would be fire. Martin 9400 said, how would you describe yourself off camera? You seem the type to not lose your cool unless someone touches you. Yeah, I could pretty much deal with anything. If you grab me, you punch me, you do something like that, we got to get down. It's just, you know, win, lose, or draw. You know what I'm saying? I could take a water bottle to the head. I could take people yelling stuff at me. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You put some hands on me. You know what I'm saying? We going to have to go hands and feet. I'm dipping you. I'm taking you down. We going all Khabib edition. You know what I'm saying? I know how to wrestle a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't boxing, even though I've been boxing. I'm gonna take you down, my boy. No, but off camera, I'm pretty much the same. I'm exactly the fucking same. I act dumb off camera. I crack jokes. I'm watching podcasts. I'm chilling. I'm editing. I'm exactly the same. You meet me in person, this is exactly who you gonna get. I'm not gonna act brand new with you. If you acting cool and you a normal dude and you chill, I'm gonna act chill with you. I'm the same fucking type of dude. I'm not gonna lie. Bill Clinton's owl said 20 Trumpers versus Moose would be good, but you'd need someone good at moderating. Adam let you down big time when you tried to debate Brandon. That was, yeah, definitely a fail. And I feel like the title of that was like Moose and Brandon do a debate. Nobody cares about Moose. I was a super nobody. I'm barely starting to get a little bit of a name out here. I was super nobody then. Brandon's super nobody. They should have put Mexican liberal versus black conservative political debate, and I promise you it would have done at least 100K. It would have hit the algo for sure. But yes, Adam wasn't the best moderator, but he's never moderated a debate. I feel like I would be, honestly, I feel like I could be a great moderator in a debate. I could be unbiased. I could see the Trumper side. I would be able to, you know what I'm saying, see the libtard side. I could, make sure they aren't talking over each other. They're giving each other time to speak. You're arguing in good faith. I feel like I could moderate a good debate, but you're right. I do need a good moderator. Maybe a Mikey. Maybe I don't know about Lush. Maybe Mikey. I feel like Mikey could be one. Dragonite Crip said, I'm starting training now. I'm gonna go to the beach and swim with the sharks. Tyler Good said, Carpe DM. So did Muslim Dragonite. Joe Max said, I fuck with you reading chat, but it might be off-putting to a new viewer that doesn't know no jumper lore to be doing it all stream. Yeah, we'll get to some topics right now. The phrase is Carpe DM. True. Shout out all the Ricardos. Southside Millie, what do y'all think about that? Why did he get so much backlash for just trying to name his chat the Ricardos? Is it that bad? Moose for sure gets the no sabo tax at the carniceria. Bro, no way, bro. A plus said, how bad was Trid with the blonde hair? Y'all are overly freaky, bro. Go hop in the DM. Shoot your shot. Nate Dogg said, remember your Arthur fist? Yes, bro. Carniceria Lopez on Franklin and Fruit Ridge. You know what's up, Jay Rico. You know what's up, my boy. Yeah. Yeah. Caballo Blanco across the street. That shit's kind of mid now, but when I was a kid, we used to go up in there. Tyler Goods, do you have those twin strippers IGs off that 20v1? They are a type of toxic I've been searching for my whole life. You gotta hit Steven and the Edgars for that one, my boy. AJ Carson said 20 Trumpers versus Moose would be fire. Southside Millie said motherfuckers should start chucking water bottles at Moose if he ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah, honestly, I'll take as many water bottles as y'all could take. I'm gonna pick them up and drink them. I'm dehydrated. I need more water. AJ Carson said Adam's podcasting for sure went downhill. His interviews are still good, but seems out of touch these days. Maybe he's just getting too much money. Grover's Dago says shout out Moose and First Degree, the DE. I don't know what that means. DD Stu said, "Nah, we fuck with Moose for responding to the chat. We already know about all the topics. Shout out to you." A Plus said, "Moose, what happened with the Spanish lessons? My homie went MIA. Haven't heard from him since. Shout out to my boy Demon Boy, but he just disappeared. So if y'all could, if anybody could tutor me in Spanish, join the Discord and we'll get it back rocking. But I feel like it's kind of boring." Let me see. Moose, are you completely done with the games? We gotta play some Helldivers again. No, we're gonna start running some Twitch streams where we play video games. It's just I don't want to do it on YouTube. I feel like nobody really cares. Like only the real diehard Muslims are gonna slide over to Twitch to watch the gaming streams, and we'll just keep it like that. Keep the gaming on Twitch. Keep the commentary reactions on YouTube. Keep it separate. Because I remember back in the day, Rachnoid, you remember me streaming fucking Apex Legends. How many people were in the chat? It was you, Adam, and that's pretty much it. So I don't think too many people want to see me play video games, but we will do it just for fun, for the fans, run some games with the fans. We could run some 2K, Rec, FIFA, some NCAA, some Madden. Fallout 76 we might hop on. Any pretty much multiplayer where we could run with the chat, we'll be doing that on Twitch, so we'll do that for sure. A Plus said, homie said off-putting. Swag, I don't even remember what I was talking about. Swag Like Pino said, where's your Monster Energy drink jacket? As you read this, it's in my closet. I've had that for years. I love that jacket. Adam said, Moose, for a guy who preaches equality, you seem anti-trans for some odd reason. I'm not anti-trans. I shout out to all the trans homies. You know what I'm saying? When I was rapping a lot in San Francisco, moving around, there's a lot of trans folks that were good ass musicians and rappers and shit. Shout out to what's their name? They're super famous now though, and it's like the homie that transitioned became a woman and they rap and go crazy. I'm not anti-trans, but when we're talking about Sydney Starr molesting a little kid, I feel like, you know, it's you gotta shit on that person, you know what I'm saying? But that doesn't represent my feelings towards trans people as a whole. We live in America. You should be able to do whatever the fuck you want, but the lines that I have is obviously can't molest little kids, and also the sports thing obviously is just a old ass, tired ass, fucking regular ass, fucking Fox News ass convo. But yeah, I'm not that libtarded to where I want, you know, trans women playing in women's sports because of bone density and muscle mass and all the fucking physiological advantages that being born male gives you. You know, I would say those are my most anti-trans stances, but you know, shout out to you. Everybody should be able to do what the hell they want, be able to live their life how they want, because we live in America and it's amazing. Let me see. Patui said, once Adam started wearing the glasses during interviews and saying all the time, it was over. I love saying because my homie Juan from Food Community always says that when he's asking questions, he goes and I started doing it because of him, and now I see Adam. I mean, Adam's been doing it, but now me and Adam do it in sync sometimes, and I'm like, damn, maybe we should stop doing so much. Let's see. A Plus says, shout out Demon Boy. He seemed like a cool dude. Super genuine dude. Demon Boy, super cool dude. When he pulled up to my house, he had like food for me and shit that he had cooked. Like just a nice guy. A Plus said, Moose versus Tiny and Madden. Not very good at Madden. He might beat me in Madden. I got him in NCAA though for sure. Rachnoid said, Moose Fancy Stream Part 2. Muslim Dragon Eye said, anti-trans is 2026. Ver XX said, to learn Spanish, you need to use it. Even if you say 75% of it wrong, listening to others respond is how you tune in. It's all repetition. Okay, we might have to go live in Mexico and just do Mexico streams for like 6 months and then come back. Shout out to the 128 people in the chat, man. Thank you for everybody that's tuning in. We're going to get into some topics. I'm sorry, I just love chatting it up with the chat, man. I'm here to entertain y'all. Y'all like chatting it up. I like chatting it up with y'all. So yeah, I know we spend a lot of time reading chat on this stream and just reading chat, talking with chat. But y'all bring up a lot of good points, a lot of current events. I got a little docket in case the chat starts to get a little dry, but y'all never get dry. So it's always fun to talk to y'all. Tyler Good said, even Jack Like Jess was heaven sent. Facts. Vera said, duo stream with Jack Like Jess. I will do a duo stream with Jack Like Jess to prove I am not anti-trans. How about that? W Fauci A Plus says, Big League Jew said 100 emoji, Moose emoji with the 199. Thank you, brother. Rachnoid said, Moose, what's your opinion on the current up and coming musicians like Tu Hollis, Romulus, and Rocket Reese? Honestly, only have heard Two Hollis's music. Don't know any of those other ones. I must be too unked out. So it upset. I feel like the left loses people because of the super hard LGBT stuff. What's your opinion on that? Do you think a candidate doesn't promote that so much would be successful? Yes, but it's also there's a lot of propaganda from the right that makes it seem as though everyone on the left pushes that super heavily. And I feel like Kamala and Joe Biden, at least their tenure, they weren't super crazy on the libtard spectrum on that end, but the Fox News, Trump, all of them would have you thinking that they just want trans in every single bathroom, just running amok, going crazy, guys in wigs running in on little kids. Like, that's how they want the propaganda to be, and it worked. And now everyone believes that everyone in the Democratic Party feels that way just because we have compassion for people and want people to live how they want. But I mean, let's be real, bro. Like, what is it, 0.5%, 0.05% of the country is trans. That's not really a big issue. We need to focus on more important things and not going so hard for that, don't let them bait us into making that the main issue that we're dying on, because it's just all a distraction, because they're fucking up the economy and all the other shit, the foreign affairs. Why are we still letting them bring up trans shit? Let's be real. But shout out to the trans homies. Raider Nation said, tapped in, big move. Shout out to you, brother. A+ said, W America when it's done right. Adam said, why do you care? You don't play sports. Because women fought for their rights to get Title IX and scholarships and things like that. And women shouldn't have their spots taken, which they fought for many years to get. For men, people who are born men, to then transition and take their spots, they're going to be getting scholarships over cisgender natural born women. And I don't think that's fair. I think there should be, separate scholarships for maybe trans athletes. There has to be some types of trans league, something like that. This is really a non-issue, but I can see how it could become an issue on some feminist shit. Women fought for their rights to have women's sports. Let them have their sports. I know you could transition. You can't join the WNBA as a dude that's 6'7" and balling like the trans women in France that they're talking about might come to the WNBA. That's not cool. You're going to be taking spots from women who fought for their rights to have these leagues and these scholarships and all these things. And now, guys, people who are born guys are transitioning and taking those scholarships from women. And that ain't right. I don't agree with that at all. Muslim Dragonite said, WNBA champions versus champion high school basketball team. Who you got winning? No, bro. The boys team is killing everyone. I'm not gonna lie. The boys team is cooking everybody. Colt Media said, A+ said, yo, how come y'all were celebrating Top Fu when the public hasn't seen the footage? There is no footage, I don't think. We're celebrating Top Fu because he stood on business. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have 911 on speed dial. He didn't go nuts to butts with Adam 22. He pulled up and handled his business. That's what we're giving props for. Not like we just saying he's super extra out, whooped out, homie. I'm giving him props because he stood on business. He stood on everything he said, he pulled up, and they handled shit like men. That's what we're giving props for. HP Unlimited said, Moosey Goosey. A+ said, reading chat is fire. I'm wet, never dry. Pause. Tyler Goods, perfect timing. Pause. AOB Chachi said, MooseMan looking more and more like Nacho Libre. I mean, we're working on it. What should No Jumper be for Halloween? Should No Jumper be Halloween? Should I go Nacho Libre on him? Should we be X-Men characters? Everybody in the office. Munchies B's got to be Cyclops. Who would Lush be from X-Men? I'm going Beast. Beast is my favorite X-Men. I'm painting myself blue for sure. And throwing on the glasses and like a suit. I'm going Beast on him. Who would Lush be? Lush would be Nightcrawler. I could see Lush being Nightcrawler. Who would Lush be? Adams, Professor Xavier. Josh could be Magneto. Obviously Munchie Cyclops. Who's Wolverine in the office? What would Ricky be? I feel like we have to assign X-Men to all of the people in No Jumper, and that's what we should be for Halloween. Bill Clinton's Owl said, do you think Pooh or Ricky is a better Potter, and who do you think has more longevity at No Jumper? I think they both have things to work on. They both have strengths. They both have weaknesses. I think Ricky is a little more honed in on like his podding craft, because Pooh, obviously he does other shit. He doesn't just podcast. He's doing reality shows. He's done Mr. Beast videos. So like podcasting hasn't been his main forte. It's kind of like, this is, he's getting into it. He's getting his feet wet. So Pooh has been getting a lot better. Obviously has things to work on. We all do. We all have things to work on. We all got weaknesses. We all got strengths. But I think as of right now, I got Ricky, but not like super, far and beyond. You know what I'm saying? Pooh's definitely been grinding and progressing quickly. Rachnoid said, check this motherfucker's pinky. Yes, he does. Wait, what'd they say? What'd they say, bro? My pinky, I've had a broken pinky for over 10 years now, probably 11 years. Rachnoid said, or did, but still stands. At the end of the day, Frederick Jala paid $2,500 for the box. Shout out to Ricky in the chat, man. Did the Wack storyline lose steam? What I miss? Ricky W. Ninetail Super Savage. How do you feel about Democratic Socialists taking the lead in states like Michigan and Wisconsin? It's better than no Republicans, but hopefully we don't see that be across the country, because I don't want a bunch of people. I mean, bro, free Palestine, but if you're a single issue voter on Palestine, when it's like Donald Trump wants to turn Gaza into like flatten it and turn it into a fucking resort with a hotel, and then Democrats want to, keep relations with Israel, but put some, restrictions on them and not be as, give them carte blanche to, genocide the people, and you still say don't vote for either one of them. I think that is a bad thing. I think that is going to lead to JD Vance being lockstep with the MAGA movement and them being on one accord, and then us on the Democratic Party being splintered from, more centrist type Dems to more Hassan type Dems, and then we start voting for different people, splinter the party, MAGA's all one conglomerate, JD Vance gets elected. I can see it now. That's my fear, but obviously any type of Democrat in my mind is better than a Republican. Let me see. Did the Wack storyline lose steam? What did I miss? There's just no updates. I think we need to see the trial go forward a little bit more. Shout out to the 134 people in the chat. Keep tuning in. Like the stream, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you guys. Non-tail Super Savage, how do you feel about, okay, I read that. DD Stu said, keep it a band. Doesn't Lush look like he would identify as gender fluid if you didn't know him? I could see that. He could be an old gay dude. Dragonite Blood says, shout out MooseMan. Kyle looks like a moron compared to you and Ricky. What? Why that? Damn. Did you hear Flacco on Reconnected? No, what did he say? Khalifa said Pooh Shiesty dropped his album. It's out right now? No cap. $2,500 for the box. Bill Clinton's Owl said Dragonite Blood being a Ricky fan and Dragonite Crip hating Ricky is a funny dichotomy. True. Tyler Good said Gucci dropped Pooh's album, you mean? Did he already drop it? Damn, I thought he was going to drop it soon. Let me see. Adam is, let me see. Let me see. Sorry, you guys. I scrolled down too far. I got to read quicker. A Plus said, yeah, the right bringing up trans issues as a distraction to real topics that affect Americans every day. True. The Martin said, funny story, bought my kid a PS5 on Black Friday from Target. Went back 3 days later. Dude that sold it to me had makeup and a wig on. Damn, maybe he was just feeling a little zesty that day. Patui said, do you believe in aliens? I'm sure there has to be out there. I feel like they drop hella proof and nobody cares. What's up with that? Everybody just stopped caring. Khalifa said, either way, it's fire. True. Dragonite Blood said, Dragonite Crip is just mad his father was in prison while Ricky's father was in his life making money as a real estate agent. Damn, it's getting deep. Man, who cares for you? Moose, I heard you dropped the soap in the Pinta. I've never been to the Pinta, so it must have been a different Moose. Whoa, Dragonite Blood, what'd I do to you, cuh? Dragonite Crip tripping. A Plus said Mexican OT. Tyler Good said, yes, pause. No pause, W gays. The Martin said, what's up with the Southsider rappers like Bozo, Swifty, and Cheeto all being out of shape, acting tough? Maybe they got a program. I feel like they program super hard in prison. They get tired of it, so when they get out, they just want to chill. And then they don't, maybe the program is just too intense in there, so they just want to chill when they get out. I don't know. A Plus said, Ricky is watching. Tyler Good said, yes, pause with the gays. A Plus said, Ricky K. Oh, no, Dragonite Crip said Ricky K. Sorry, A Plus. Mark Queen, Marlene said, my pinky is the same way. Yeah, my shit's cooked. Ricky Roy said, can't believe Dragonite is a mod here. I literally did it because everybody said to do it because it would piss you off, Ricky, and we've been waiting for you to come in here. A Plus said, $2,500 for the box is a steep deal. He could have bargained that down. No, not with his stench. Ricky Roy said he's cornering the market. Let's see. Southside Millie, who would Doughboy be? Doughboy, who would Doughboy be out the X-Men? Who would Doughboy be out the X-Men? I don't know. I'd have to pull up a list. He doesn't ring a bell. Oh, Juggernaut. He should be the Juggernaut. It's the Juggernaut, bitch. Let me see. Adam definitely said Adam is definitely mentally checked out from the Wack show. He going through the motion. He doesn't even like Wack anymore. I think it's just gotten a little stale, but I heard they're gonna do explosive episode today. Did anybody watch it? Let me see. W. Ricky Roy, Dragonite Blood said, Denthead said Dragonite Crypt pays $2,500 for the box of Pokemon cards only. Damn. Ricky Roy said that's a real question, chat. Who is Doughboy as an X-Men? Tyler Good says, shout out to Ricky. Swing of the Axe said, what do you mean by free Palestine? 1 or 2 states? Do you believe in the right of return? I don't know. I mean, I read one book on it for real. I read Peace Not Apartheid by Jimmy Carter right after October 7th, just to try to get in tune with it. I mean, because we got to think of like, you know, apartheid in South Africa. They now have one state. Obviously, they still have a ton of tension. A lot of shit still goes down, but it's not as bad. I feel like but it's way different. Is it way different than Israel Palestine? I've always felt like from that book, it seemed like it has to be 2-state solution. But then people always bring up South Africa apartheid, like they still rock together and they didn't split up. But it's so fucking in the weeds, bro. There's so much history. I get it. It's so deep. But everything that I read, from my little bit of knowledge that I did, it seems like a 2-state solution is the only way they're going to get rocking. But I don't know. Don't blame me. Don't yell at me if that's like a bad thing to say. That's just what it seemed like from everything that I read. When will the Vegas sewer tunnels no jumper episode happen? That would be a good vlog. Doughboy the Blob, Dragonite Crip says. Denthead said, gotta run UFC 6. I gotta spinning wheel kick you, Moose. Yes, I haven't played UFC since like UFC 3, so that'd be fun. Double O the God said, Lean to the Plug said on Blueface Date that $2,500 for the box is a good deal. If it's like a fucking porn star like the people she knows, this is a streetwalker off Fig charging $2,500. That is not a good deal. Khalifa said the bald dude. HP Unlimited said Lush looking like fluid is hilarious. Dragonite Crypt said I got no beef with Dragonite Blood. Bill Clinton's owl is a fire name. Pre 2PY 4 extra would be Wolverine. For real, bro. Tyler Good said Ricky Doughboy is no X-Man, but Munchie is for sure Professor X. Munchie is, bro, he has to be Cyclops. There's nobody else he can be. Patui said instead of the knives out the knuckles, he sprouts 3 hands out as okay. Sewed Up said JD Vance is a grifter. The stuff from his books proves that, and he was never a Trumper after all. He said he called Trump a Nazi back in the day. You know, the tweet is still up, I'm pretty sure. Dragonite Crip said, you hurt me, Ricky. Almost didn't make it 48 hours unmodded. This isn't over, cuh. Jimbo Slice said, now that Ricky is here, why did you flip-flop on Pusha T saying he's better than Dirk and will have a higher peak till he knew he was going to fall off after hearing FDO when he was the #1 person gassing it? Damn. Man Who Cares For You said Moose. Facts Only said Ricky was summoned by a secret society. Yo, keep it on the low, bro. He's not going to feel good about that. The Martin said, Moose, I can tell you a diehard sports fan. Are you ever going to do lives for UFC, boxing, or NFL? I'm a big hoops guy. I used to be big in the NFL. Haven't been watching it the past couple years since I've been grinding this fucking pod shit and politics and shit. But hoops I keep up with because basketball has always been my favorite sport. I love the UFC. Boxing, I watched the big fights, but even boxing I fell off. UFC I've even fell off. I'm more of like, you know, my golden age of UFC is like fucking, you know, the George St. Pierre's, the BJ Penns, Matt Hughes, you know what I'm saying? I was about to say Randy Orton. What's Randy's name that fought Brock Lesnar and shit, bro? I'm sorry, it's been a minute. Maybe I got CT from playing football. But yeah, I would love to talk sports, y'all. I would love to talk sports, but let me know what y'all would want to hear about. I don't know. I would love to talk sports. I like sports. I played sports my whole life, so I'm always gonna have that. You know, I'm always gonna check it out, keep up with the shit. Doughboy would be the Blob. Is the Blob an X-Men? I thought the Blob was a whole different thing. Ricky, since you're here, tell us about the videos you filmed when you were at UC Berkeley. Yo, they've been smutting your name in here, Ricky, saying you had weird YouTube videos. What you talking about? Four Extras Hands said, we are all Ricky K now. I was starting to rock with him. Now it's fuck him. Damn. The Martin said, Flocko would be one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse, the one called Pestilence, because he stank. Damn. And he has gluttony, one of the 10 deadly sins. Khalifa said, Pooh made an Oakland bar on one of his songs. Okay. Oh, okay. We got to check that out. Quick said, Lush has to be a toad from... Oh, that's such a good one. Quick, that's spot on. You're so fucking right. Quick, you're so right, bro. That has to be... Bro, you're so right. Toad, X-Men. You're so right. Not Gambit. He's got to be Toad, bro. This is Lush right now. Oh my God. You're so right. I've never heard something more accurate. Bro, you cooked. You cooked. The Middle East has always been at war. True. There ain't no peace over there. It's nothing new. They be beefing. Tyler Good said, the Las Vegas homeless tunnel no jumper episode will come when Lush 1 is living down there. I'll go find him. Racknoid said, Pusha T was the first rapper to twerk in his own music video. Cap. Don't say that. He's going to shoot you. John Porks Bacon Jr. said, yo, when's the last time you've been to the Folsom Flea Market? Every time I go, I got to get a churro and a Chinese combo plate with the fried chicken leg quarter. I haven't been there in probably 2-3 years. I used to go up there, cop some pro clubs, cop some tacos, maybe buy a fucking silver chain, you know, you never know, but buy a silver ring that I like, you know what I'm saying, something like that. But yeah, I haven't been there in a hot minute. Shout out to the Folsom Flea Market. Moose either Beast or Colossus. I want to be Beast, bro. I want to be the smart Beast, because Beast was always my favorite X-Men. I fucked with Beast. We gotta drop frogs in the chat instead of bots. Bro, that's so on point, bro. Magneto and Josh both being Jewish isn't a coincidence. Bro, that's what I said. Josh gotta be Magneto. Adam's Professor X. They kind of, you know, they're related, but they be beefing it sometimes, you know? Southside Millie said, nobody paying for the Wack pack. Damn. A Plus said, did Ricky go to UC Berkeley or the community college? He went to UC Berkeley, my boy. Swing the Axe said, I think 2 states and no right of return. Palestinians are the only group of people who get refugee status, even if they weren't born or ever stepped in the area. Right of return would be a non-starter. I think I could agree with that. Dragonite Crip said Lush can be Nightcrawler. That was my idea, but Toad is way better. Muslim Dragonite said Adam wants to do blackface and dress like YN for Halloween. Yo, he wouldn't. Hey, maybe he'll test it out. Mikey is Gambit. I can see that, Dragonite Crip. George said, why SoCal Mexican rappers acting like they just learned English 5 years ago, leaning heavy into that foo accent, acting like they weren't doing book reports and practicing grammar since elementary? I guess just if you hang around all your homies, they all talk like that. The community you're in, a lot of people don't speak English. You're speaking Spanish to people in your hood who don't even speak English, you know, because not everyone goes to your school. Your parents might not speak English. I could see how fools still have an accent, you know. You could talk however the fuck you want. Who cares? Martin said Lush is Toad. Bro, Toad is such a good one, bro. Moose is definitely Beast with his smart self. Shout out to you, Double O the God. Facts only. UFC been so obviously rigged it's not even funny over more. That's not good to hear. Let's see. That's years ago. Randy Couture. True. Lush is definitely morph. Double O the God says. Swag like Pino said, who would be a worthy opponent on trivia? Crack from No Jumper. Lush. Mikey. I don't know. Randy Couture. Yeah. Shout out to Randy Couture. The Natural. Wasn't that his name? Randy Couture. The Natural. Sewed Up said, back when Anderson Silva was running shit, the Ultimate Fighter had Kimbo Slice. UFC was lit AF back then. I remember watching the Ultimate Fighter when fucking Nate Diaz was on there. I remember watching Ultimate Fighter when fucking Tito Ortiz and fucking Matt Hughes was a coach. Wasn't that the same season? George, let me see. I think it's just Paisa-ass Mexicans. My homie got a Mexican accent, even though English is his first language. Adam 22 is definitely Magneto. So it's either Josh is Professor X or Adam, and one of them has to be one or the other for sure. Lush would be Pew. Let's talk about Charlotte Hornets then. C. Nori, why would we talk about the worst team in the NBA? Swing of the Axe said, Ricky, I was fucking with you because I'm an Arsenal fan, but your podcasting has been ass lately. Damn, you scared him off, y'all. Denthead said, Jaleesa's Mystique. Jaleesa's Mystique is hilarious. The Martin said the Blob is the part of the Mutant Brotherhood, Magneto's team. Oh. Southside Millie said UFC only thing worth watching. Couture. Mr. Fresh Leffy said not gonna lie. Moose, maybe a new gen. I subbed like 3 months ago, but I definitely fuck with you, Moose. Mr. Fresh Luffy, fuck with you too, brother. Thank you for stopping by. Freeway City Ray said Houston Bay in the psych ward and Lush is at Yoshinoya Alley. Damn. Lush will be a Gambit. They both drug addicts. That's what I was saying. But Toad is so more on point. I'm not gonna lie. Ant would have been Wolverine. Almighty Suspect is Hulk. Hulk isn't a fucking X-Men. Did you write Sus a letter? No, but I seen him post his books. We're gonna write Sus a letter and put some money on his books this weekend. Know that. I'll show it on stream. Let me see. I can't let you get close. I can't let you get close. I can't let you get close. Astrid could be. We're not just naming people random characters. They're supposed to all be X-Men, bro. Crip Mac is Deadpool but blue. Dragonite Blood said Astrid is Jubilee for show. I don't know. Y'all got some mad X-Men lore. I just know like the very mainstream ones. I used to watch that the old X-Men cartoon with the fire ass intro song. Frosty Snowman is definitely Iceman. I could see that. Shout out to the 124 people in the chat. Let's get into some topics though. Cover like how the news does. Let's see what they talking about over here. My boy Pablo Torre, he be telling on everything, everybody. Nobody is safe. If you scamming out here, Pablo Torre is going to find you and he's going to find out. So he says, tweets earlier today, 6:26 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern time, Kawhi Leonard, breaking news. Kawhi Leonard had a hidden multi-million-dollar sponsorship with the Clippers scoreboard maker, sources tell Pablo. It was 1,000% a way to circumvent the salary cap, insider says. In our investigation, Daktronics Ballmer linked crisis firm raises NBA probe. So we already had the planting the trees. Let's see, what was that shit called? Kawhi tree planting scam. So first, this one popped up with Kawhi. An investigation revealed that Los Angeles Clippers star Kawhi Leonard signed a $28 million no-show endorsement deal with Aspiration, a bankrupt carbon offset and tree planting startup. The company was partially funded by a $50 million investment from Clippers owner Steve Ballmer. Used to be the owner of Microsoft with Bill Gates, correct? Steve Ballmer was Bill Gates' homie. Triggering allegations of an illegal scheme to circumvent the NBA salary cap. And this was also Pablo Torre who exposed this. So we got another Kawhi scandal. Let's see what Pablo talking about.
This is the approximately $100 million Halo board. It is the double-sided oval-shaped crown.
No, Pablo's not black. Pablo Torre looks like kind of like a Mexican fucking Latino kind of dude, and he covers like sports CoffeeZilla-esque things. Definitely the CoffeeZilla sports. He's just not black.
Jewel of Steve Ballmer's Intuito. You may now recall, how Daktronics' fellow Clippers partner at the time, Aspiration, they got their name out by hiring celebrity spokespeople.
Sure.
Daktronics, by contrast, does not use public-facing celebrity spokespeople or endorsers to promote the brand at all, apparently. And as one former Daktronics employee told us in a text message,
I was told since it's B2B and not a consumer product, it didn't make sense to advertise that way.
they're the worldwide leader, arguably, in Jumbotron manufacturing.
What that text said. What that text said. Okay, so when they're talking about getting faces for this company, he says, definitely not. Daktronics was conservative to a fault for the 20 plus years I was there. I remember asking early on, why didn't we do more traditional advertising and promotion to increase brand recognition? I was told since it's B2B, not a consumer product, it didn't make sense to advertise that way.
Didn't make sense to be and not a consumer product.
A Daktronics employee told us in a text message.
I was told since it's B2B and not a consumer product, it didn't make sense to advertise that way.
What's B2B? What's B2B mean? I definitely meant Hispanic, not black. Okay, I got what you're saying. Kenny Malice said W Moose. Shout out to Kenny. George said, what's up with Adam chewing on his fingernails mid-interview with the legend Lazy Bone? This is how he be. This is how Adam be. He always makes the same face, too. He goes like that. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's definitely how Adam be for sure. Yeah, he's out of pocket for that. He needs to chill for sure. I used to bite my nails too, but I stopped because I fucking grew up. I'm a man now. You know what I'm saying, bro? I have the most janky fucking what's it called? I have the most janky fucking mic stand right now. I need to get a new one. I need to order a new mic stand. Mine is falling apart. Fuck Amazon for selling me a cheap ass one. But yeah, let's get back to this. What is B2B? Let me see.
They're the worldwide leader, arguably, in jumbotron manufacturing. But this is where
business to business.
I do need you to know something else.
Okay.
And this is something that I initially heard on the phone from the first high-level source I've been talking to for the last 11 months.
This was talked about just openly within the organization and from people working on the project that Kawhi was a spokesperson for Daktronics.
Yo, the Daktronics hired a fucking intradimensional fucking shape-shifting alien, and they got him to come speak fucking on Pablo Torre's show. This has to be some like fucking revelation, right?
And it was just the biggest thing. It was just openly joked about within people working on the project that knew about this, as it was 1,000% a way to circumvent the salary cap.
And over months of vetting the second high-level Clippers source, a former official, they also independently confirmed something else, which is that this Kawhi deal was not only talked about by fellow higher-ups at the Clippers and Daktronics as a way to circumvent the NBA salary cap.
Quote, I know Kawhi had a sponsorship with Daktronics, unquote.
This second source was also told that Kawhi's Daktronics sponsorship was a multi-million-dollar deal, as my first source separately explained on tape.
People at Daktronics, people within the Clippers organization themselves had told me about this multi-million-dollar deal with Kawhi and Daktronics. They're not a company that you would see a celebrity endorser for. You know, and then it wasn't coming out of their end, that the Clippers were technically kind of funding it, you know, and that it was funneling money from the Clippers through Daktronics back to Kawhi.
You know how many teams they work with?
The fucking the alien snitching, bro. The fucking interdimensional aliens telling on my boy Kawhi he just wanted to get a bag. That's not cool. What the hell? Denthead, you're behind in the stream, bro. We talked about Randy Couture like an hour ago, bro. But shout out to you. Love you, foo. Probably an illegal alien. The alien voice is still less annoying than Pablo's. Patui, yo. George said, I don't know what the fuck that video is talking about. Did you see James Harden on some big U shit? This is some mob shit hiding the voice. Southside Millie. This is like, reminds me of Gangland. Remember that show, Gangland? So this is all about, so pretty much the Clippers wanted to keep Kawhi around, but their cap space, they had hit their cap limit. They were probably, you know, into their third apron. They're fucking getting all the fucking regulations from the NBA, and it still wasn't enough to keep the boy Kawhi. So we have two different fucking entities that were funneling, literally laundering money for Kawhi Leonard from Steve Ballmer, owner of the Clippers. First, it was this aspiration bankrupt carbon offset tree planting startup that he got a bunch of money from, $28 million from, and now we're finding out that he's got $20 million from the Clippers scoreboard maker. So let's see, can Kawhi scandals veto his trade? That's what I want to know. Can this affect him being traded? The ongoing investigation of Kawhi Leonard and the LA Clippers regarding alleged salary cap circumvention does not technically veto a trade by player choice, but has effectively frozen the agreed upon trade with the Toronto Raptors. The trade is currently on hold because the NBA probe introduces severe potential penalties, including the theoretical risk of Leonard's contract being voided or a suspension that the incoming team is hesitant to absorb without a final resolution. So what if they say, yo, Kawhi, we're suspending you for a year? The Raptors are going to be like, foo, we wanted him back to make a push. We got a squad. We don't want him no more. Fuck that trade then. We good. So they're pretty much saying the league is probing whether the Clippers circumvented the salary cap via third-party endorsement deal tied to Steve Ballmer's investments, which it seems that he very well did. The LA Clippers and the Toronto Raptors agreed to a deal, but it mutually placed it on hold. The trade cannot officially finalize until the Raptors and Clippers resolve who carries the liability if the NBA hands down penalties post-trade. So that's a big hit. That's crazy. He was supposed to head back to Toronto. Last time he was in Toronto, what did he do? He won on the chip, as we all know.
How many stadiums? They had their pick of the litter, and they went with Kawhi Leonard, who then never does anything. They don't even put out a press release.
Look, in fairness,
David Stern would never
maybe
go for this.
Daktronics would
You're
claim
right.
that there were private secret things, you know, the things behind closed doors. And because of that possibility, late last month, Sam Koppelman of Hunter Brick Media reached out to Daktronics directly.
I got an email from someone who seemed to be a PR person, a marketing person at Daktronics. He then writes back to say, you know what? I'm not going to call you, but let me introduce someone who seemed to be a PR person.
So this is from the company that was supposedly laundering money, the $20 million to circumvent the salary cap. The scoreboard maker says, thanks for reaching out. Could you please share more details, including the topic angle, so we can answer your question? They tell him the topic
at
angle.
Daktronics. He then
They then say, let me introduce you to our VP. She's added to this email. Should be able to help with your request. I'm out of here. Way above my pay grade, my boy.
back to say, you know what? I'm not going to call you, but let me introduce you to our VP. But that person was actually the general counsel of Daktronics. As soon as I mentioned the name Kawhi
We are preparing to report on Daktronics and a sponsorship deal with Kawhi Leonard. Please let me know if you have any comments.
Leonard, I didn't hear back directly from Daktronics, but within 30 minutes, I got an email.
The folks at Daktronics passed along your email and said you plan to write something. I help them on a few things media-wise and can help get you a comment or answers if it's something they can talk about. Do you have a couple of minutes to tell me about it?
From someone. From the domain name gfbunting.com.
And so for this crisis comms guy to call back and say,
quote, my understanding is Daktronics doesn't have a deal with Kawhi right now.
Stop
another
the cap.
possible answer,
You paid $2,500
by the way,
for the box.
might have been,
I don't know what you're talking about. But that's not the answer I got from these professional crisis comms strategists. When I followed up on it, what he said was, quote, I don't know what the company wants to say or can say, given the Wachtell investigation and all that.
Do you know how locked in you have to be for the name Wachtell to come? I mean, not like the investigation.
not the
What's Wachtell investigation? Wachtell investigation. Wachtell, Lipton, Rosen, and Katz has a prominent white-collar and regulatory enforcement practice that handles high-profile corporate crimes, government inquiries, and independent special investigations for corporate boards, sports leagues, and major institutions. Oh, so this is who's going after investigating the Kawhi shit, I would assume. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like Kawhi was doing some janky shit, and he's getting caught up. I mean, go get your bag, King. But if you know... What do y'all think about that? Is that dirty? Is that crazy? Or is that not that bad? Moose got to be Pablo Torre in the podcast space. Who should we expose, you guys? LeBron back in the East. It's LeBronto. Quick says, I see what he was doing. He was trying to join the Raptors to run to Canada, trying to get out the U.S. and duck these fraud claims. Good try, Leonard. Shout out to Shasta saying Moose the GOAT. Ninetales Super Savage said, let's pay $2,500 for the rocks. Billy Mack said $28 million for the box out. Very true. He does box out. He grabs some boards. He does his thing. The Martin said, Moose, you're probably too young to remember. This happened with Joe Smith, the Warriors' #1 draft pick, and the T-Wolves cost them 5 first-round picks and Kevin McHale, his GM coach job. Damn, did not know that. I am too young. They ain't win shit even with all that, Southside Millie. They didn't win shit. You're right. A+ says, Sharky paid a pod BOF scandal. Yo, I kind of am the Pablo Torre of the pod space. You're right. You're so right. I low-key am. I'm not even going to lie. You're low-key right. How do you find your likes on Twitter? Imagine there's just a bunch of porn, you guys. Look, y'all could go through my likes. I'm not even scared, you guys. Okay, so we got Asmongold. We're going to click on that. We're gonna get ASAP clip. We got the GTA news. I got a Kawhi thing. This is a freaky ass pick. Hey yo. Luca's wife is trying to get 50 M's from him and take his kids away. This is in there. Republicans, look, I ain't got no porn, you guys. I was looking at this. Man accused of scamming NFL players found dead in pool. Yeah. So, but let's go to let's get at my boy Asmongold. I know this is a Hassan page, and I be hating on Hassan, but this was the clip. Asmongold says undocumented children need to get shot if they cross the border with their parents. If you don't do that, they'll use women and children as shields to get themselves over. These people are animals. They're savages. I wouldn't say that, but let's see what he's got to say.
This is emotional blackmail, right? Well, you can't shoot these people. They have kids with them. Well, then don't bring your kids.
This is so quiet.
If you don't want to get shot, then don't bring your fucking kids. It's really simple. You mean you'd shoot it?
Jesus.
This is emotional blackmail, right? Well, you can't shoot these people. They have kids with them. Well, then don't bring your kids. If you don't want to get shot, then don't.
Where are you going to put your kids if you're coming into a new country? What if your whole family's coming to the new country? Where are you going to put the kids?
Don't bring your fucking kids. It's really simple. You mean you'd shoot adults and deport the kids, right? Well, I'd shoot whoever. Yeah, I'd shoot whoever. I mean, if it's kids, women, men, anybody, just shoot them.
Yo!
They're gonna stop coming over. Because if you don't do that, they'll use children and women as shields to get themselves over. And
what does that mean? They'll use women and children as shields. When have you seen illegal immigrants like holding kids so they don't get shot by Border Patrol? Like, in what world is this even like a reality? I know he's covered in roaches and he bought his mom cigarettes till she smoked herself to death. But he has to have stepped outside at some point or maybe watched the news clip. Where does he think people are just like carrying kids and like, what are they tying them to their chest and back so they can't get shot by Border Patrol? And is Border Patrol just shooting people? But he's saying he's suggesting they should start shooting people. And if they have their kids with them and that's why you think they shouldn't be shot at, who cares? They should be shot anyways. I think maybe that's what he's saying. Either way, this dude's not connected to reality. I used to fuck with Asmongold. What happened? What broke his brain so damn bad?
For women and children at risk because they know that they can use them as collateral so they can get more of themselves over. That's the way it works. That's the way an animal thinks, and these people are animals.
Why? What makes them animals? If the people that are coming over, pretty much it's been proven that all illegal immigrants on average commit less crimes than even U.S. citizens. What part is animalistic? They do some of the worst jobs. They get paid fucking some of the worst wages. And yet they still pay into Social Security. They still generate fucking tens of billions of dollars for the U.S. that they'll never be able to collect benefits on. A lot of them. I know they get fake IDs. They get fake benefits. A lot of these fools don't. A lot of them don't have fake socials. I know a lot of them do. A lot of them don't. And they're paying into Social Security. They're paying into programs they'll never be able to collect from. They're generating revenue. Even at this moment, the U.S. has a shortage of workers. The U.S. is always interested in getting more workers. We could use more immigrants. Let's be real.
It's just the way it is. They're savages. Absolute fucking savages. Hamas tactics, terrorists.
We're terrorists, but then the Trumper at the In-N-Out in Idaho who's fucking got the AR and shooting people through Tesla windows, probably, crickets on that, right?
Of course you don't want to do that. Doesn't mean you want to do it. But you have to do what you need to do in order to enforce your borders, man. Like, that's the way it is. People are too emotional to see that. Yeah, I mean, it's you can't make decisions that way. And I understand the way that I talk about this might be a little bit extreme. It might be a little bit
extreme is hilarious.
I wish we had more people like me.
Yeah, thank God we don't. This dude lives in filth. He lives in a disgusting pig den covered in DoorDash bags and shit like that. Thank God there isn't more people like Asmongold. And I used to fuck with Asmongold. I can't believe this is the same guy. Look, I'm going to pull it up. I can't believe this is the same guy, man. Because I used to watch World of Warcraft videos. I can't believe it, man. I can't believe he went off the deep end to grift for this fucking right wing like shill shit. But shit, this is what I was on. This is when I was fucking with Asmongold. Asmongold's most successful transmog competition, EU Horde.
Guys, we had one of the best competitions in here
peak.
today than we've ever had. Like, I really think this has been one of the best.
This is when he was peak. He's on a fall off of epic proportions right now. This is peak Asmongold. This is when people actually liked Asmongold. Now he's just grifting and shit and a fucking weasel.
Transmog competitions that I've ever been part of. Underneath it all, I'm just like you.
Straight banger, my boys.
You were just in a Trojan horse.
These were the bangers, bro. What is now is just a shell of himself. I know his parents passed away. Maybe that just brain broke him. I don't know where he hates immigrants so bad for. I don't know what they did to him. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know. Let me see. Who's your NBA GOAT, Moose? I'm gonna go obviously Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, just because you know how he won, how dominant he was. Then I got LeBron. Yeah, I would say those are the top two. After that, it starts to get a little mixy. Obviously, got to throw Shaq in my top 5. Shaq is my favorite player of all time. Shaq Diesel, the big Aristotle. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shaq. Takes Mad said, Moose, man, what up? You remember Tay-Tay from North Sac on Edison? Tay-Tay from North Sac on Edison. Tay-Tay. Nope, don't ring a bell. I'd have to see your face. And I remember people's face better than they name. Swag Like Pino said, best thing Peyton Manning has ever done. What did Peyton Manning do? A Plus said, Asmon off the deep end, man. What the fuck? Southside Millie said, what James Harden do? Scarred Soul says, shout out to the Kyle Young waiting room. Yeah, shout out to you, Scarred Soul. Go up over there, man. I can't wait till he goes live. Deep Philibin said, why are there so many mods? Because a lot of people ask for it, and if they ask, I say, yeah, sure. You want to be a mod? Fuck it. T. Smith said, another weird white dude that hijacked the word bass. Bro, give it back to Lil B. Take it away from the weird cringe edgelords and give it back to my god, Little B. Little B. T-shirts and buttons. The best diss songs of all time. Great moment. We need to bring that bass back. Southside Millie said, even Solid Snake didn't shoot the child soldiers and Metal Gear Solid. True. Denthead said, dude's radical T-Boo, moist critical. Also true. Slug Retro said, sometimes a kid come without their parents, but with other coyotes, so it's pointless either way to just shoot them. It solves nothing. True. I mean, you guys are spitting. The Martin said, fake ass hippie Republican, disgusting. Fresh TV said, I'm on his timing, fuck him, and that's why nobody loves you, brother. Quick said, I didn't know Border Patrol was shooting people. They don't shoot people. I'm sure maybe if they're like a threat, they'll shoot them, but they're not just shooting people. Bro, Woken said, bro really does look like Charles Manson. Yeah, he's covered in trash, covered in filth, smells like shit, and the immigrants are the animals. Isn't that funny? He rolls in fucking mud. Ninetail Super Savage said, I used to think it was weird people liked Asmongold until I seen people in his comments saying they relate to him. It made me realize his fans are greasy incels just like he is. I added the incels. Takes Matt said, this dude is a keyboard clout chaser. Facts. Swing Lax says he knows he's got an incel fans base and says this shit to appeal to them. Also facts. You're spitting, Swing of the Axe tonight. And Southside Millie said, this is not even what got him banned from Twitch. It's not? What got him banned? I thought that got him banned. Let's go. What got him banned? Because it was on his second channel, got banned. But then you can't go live on any other channels while your other channel's banned, because then it'll be ban evasion. So I thought that was a clip, because that was the last viral clip I seen. And then now it's saying, it says this ban came shortly after what?
Bring your kids.
Yeah, this is the same clip. We don't care about this. Asmongold has been banned on Twitch. Hassan says, you can get away with saying and doing pretty much anything if you're a right-wing Trump supporter who defends Israel. The entire national media has been calling me a dangerous radical for for anti-war candidates who will fight for M4A. Even the commentary sphere online never says anything about this guy's insane rhetoric. I've been around the country. Let me tell you, people aren't like this. They're trying to make ends meet, but they're ultimately kind of curious and open-minded. They're ultimately kind, curious, and open-minded. What we see online is carefully curated algorithm making us more vicious. This is not how the real world works. That's absolutely true, but it's also funny that Hassan's saying this because he is very not in touch with reality as well. So I would say they're kind of, I would say Asmongold's more extreme to the right wing, but Hassan does kind of mimic some of that behavior on the left side for sure. But what is the reason why he got banned?
Hey, kill that boy! Kill that boy! Kill that boy! Kill that boy!
W, definitely liking that one. Shout out to Dean Withers, my boy Dean. Yeah, that's what you get for saying you want children shot. Pretty reasonable ban. Tectone, another fucking cuck loser fucking dude that's gotten sued by his ex for fucking beating her ass or doing weird shit to her. Should have supported terrorism, then he'd be safe. Yeah, he's such a fucking clown too. Let's be real. Tectone's such a fucking pussy. And he used to be normal too. I remember when Tectone was just fucking on OTK and he seemed like a chill dude. He did the weight loss shit. I was in tune with that. Some of these, they were normal. I mean, they were losers. They always been scrubs. They always been nerds. But I don't care if you're a nerd. I don't care if you're a loser. I don't care if you look stinky, greasy. They made some cool content. I used to fuck with it. And then they started to fall off. Guess what? They all pivot to some fucking grifting ass right wing shit. It happens to all of them. Let me see. This is not even what got okay. Ninetail Super Savage said illegal immigrants take the high-paying jobs that Americans deserve, like side of the road flower seller and warehouse worker. Cook. Awoken said, what banned him? Yeah, that's how I found him for playing WoW. Same, you guys. Same. Swing of the Axe said this motherfucker will be unbanned in a bit, but Destiny is banned forever. True. I just saw Casey Tron was unbanned. And what did she do? She was like swerving all over the road or drunk driving. What did Casey Tron do? And I saw she just got unbanned, but our king Destiny is still going to be banned forever on Twitch. Ninetail Super Savage said Asmongold is the same as Tony Hinchcliffe. They realize their fan base racist, so they have to pander them to make money. That's true. Dishonors World said, I used to raid on WoW with Asmon. He has changed for real. Yeah, bro. 5 years ago, Asmon, pretty lit. Asmon now, all bad. Southside Millie said, I have to go watch the video I watched before Moose stream. Awoken said, WoW is one of the most lit games ever, no cap. When it's like at the PC, we're going to fire up some WoW streams. We even might get a Moose clan going. Would y'all join the Moose clan and play World of Warcraft? If we made one, we'd have to do hardcore, right, you guys? And I'll fucking die and restart if I have to. Shout out to Slug Retro, Kobe. Kobe's in my top 5 for sure. Shasta said Curry over LeBron. You're tripping, but I love Curry. Fresh TV said Tony Parker. Oh, come on, brother. Let's go. He ain't banned on Kick or YouTube though. Yeah, just banned on Twitch. Sewed Up said, being in Sac, were you heartbroken when the Lakers beat the Kings in the playoffs? No, I was always a Lakers fan, so I was hyped. I got a lot of hate for being a Lakers fan. They called me the S word, mean S word names. The Martin said, those guys know the real money is pandering to the Trumpers. That's true. They hijacked woke for real. No Mets, no Jets. No Mets, no Nets, no Jets. Scarred Soul said, I own swag was better. Dishonors World said, I bump Bitch Mob Anthem by Lil B before I go out every weekend. Fresh TV said, wow, I forgot about this anthem. Lil B is a better rapper than I remember. Thank you, Bass God. What a fucking time to be alive. Bro, I was the biggest Lil B fan. I was wearing my white Vans. They were tore up. They had holes in them. I was trying to wear them till I had $1 million like Lil B did. I was super hyped on Lil B. I was super hyped. Alan Torres said, what up, fool? What's up? Swing of the Axe said, Hassan throws Israel into everything. He definitely does. It's going to get wrapped into everything. Slug Retro said, Mike Bibby used to shoot the shit out the Rock. He definitely did. That Kings team, Chris Webber, Vladi, Peja, Mike Bibby, Bobby Jackson. You know, I think I said Chris Webber. They were all real ones, and you would actually see them around Sacramento. Chris Webber in Natomas had that center court, like restaurant club. Somebody got stabbed at. They shut it down, but still, shout out to Chris Webber. All those guys are Sacramento legends. Alan Torres said, do you know about the executive decisions by Trump signed today? Specifically, the birthright citizenship. If you do, enlighten us, porfas. I didn't. I know they've been doing that, but they've been striking down that. Did they sign another one? I didn't see that. Let me look it up. Birthright citizenship. Birthright. Because they signed that shit, but a judge struck it down last time they did it. Let's see. What else? Here we go again. Oh my God. I think it's the 5th and 13th Amendment addresses all this, correct? Trump signs executive orders targeting birthright citizenship. The orders come after the Supreme Court ruled June 30th that President Trump's previous efforts to end birthright citizenship were unconstitutional, correct, as they are. He signed 2 executive orders. See, this is why Trump is a horrible president. Even if you're a Trumper, is all he does is this, bro. All he does is this. This is not real legislation. Just let you guys know, if a Democrat wins the next election, they could come in and just undo the executive orders. Trump has passed almost none, if I really looked it up, possibly no real legislation where he's working with fucking Congress. He's getting shit passed. He's being crafty. No, he just signs executive orders and shoves shit through. That's how it always happens. None of this is going to stick around. If you really care about the border, you really care about the economy, you really care about illegal immigrants in the country, you pass legislation, you would pass border bills, you would pass bills that would actually take care of these things, and except they pass bills that gut Medicaid, that gut all these fucking healthcare programs, that gut SNAP. What does that have to do with illegal immigrants and shit like that? You know what I mean? It's just, he's not even a good president if you like that type of shit, is all I'm trying to say. Quick said, are you high off the edibles right now, Moose? No, not at all. I ate 1.5 before the news and I was way too high, so I didn't eat anymore. No Mets, no Nets, no Jets said Adam gonna make that pivot. Damn, he better not, because I'm gonna be on his helmet if he goes right wing on me. I don't think he will. VSKEM said, how exactly is Hassan too far left? Everything I see from him seems like common sense. I think you're just repeating the rhetoric on the right about him. No, bro, I actually used to watch Hassan. I'm more in the weeds in this type of shit. He definitely, Hassan is kind of, I'm not going to say he's as bad as Nick Fuentes, because Nick Fuentes' rhetoric I feel like is way more destructive, but Hassan has been caught saying, hey, I dumbed myself down. I dumbed down my true values to cast a wider net to then convert all the people in my net to like communism, Marxist, you know what I'm saying, type beliefs and shit like that. I would say that type of stuff is pretty un-American, especially for a dude who, wasn't he born in Turkey? Didn't he come from another country? You trying to bring some communist shit? I'm fine with some socialism here and there. You know, Medicare for all. You know, like the shit with the NBA and like 2K, where the union came together, the players union for the NBA came together and said, "Yo, when it comes to 2K, we all gonna get the same check." And LeBron agreed to that. All the best players. So now fools on the end of the bench get about $350,000 from 2K, even if they were gonna get $5,000 on the old deal. That's some socialism. That's a little bit I'm cool with that. When it comes to communism, Marxism, shit like that, that's what Hassan champions, and I just can't get with that. You know what I'm saying? I just can't. I get this, there's certain things that we can apply, introduce it, but we got to stay on our capitalist shit. That's how we stay free. All the communists end up going full fascist on us. They control all the people. Everyone's equal, except for the higher ups never dumb themselves down to the normal man in communism. That seems like the issue. Like, the idea is good. Everyone's equal. Everyone gets all the same shit. But that's never how it plays out. There's always an upper class that goes, that's cool for y'all. We gonna hang up here and we gonna rule over all you peons that don't have shit now because you gave it up. So that's my main issue with him. But yeah, it looks like he is going after this shit again. The new orders came weeks after the U.S. Supreme Court in a 6-3 ruling rejected the president's previous efforts. He said, a very, very unfortunate decision on the Supreme Court. This devil here. This was done right after the Civil War. Mr. Trump said of the constitutional amendment granting automatic citizenship to infants born in the United States, this was for babies as slaves, and what's happening now, people are building businesses around it. Let's see. I know originally it was that birthright citizenship. I just spelled this so wrong. Birthright citizenship is meant for babies of slaves only. Because it was ratified, right? And added to. Post that, right? While securing citizenship for the children of free slaves was the primary and immediate goal of the 14th Amendment Citizenship Clause, I said the 13th, I'm sorry, you guys. The text was written in broad, universal terms. Legal historians and landmark Supreme Court rulings, such as United States v. Wong Kim Ark in 1898, established that birthright citizenship applies to virtually all persons born on U.S. soil, regardless of their parents' citizenship. The post-Civil War era, the 14th Amendment was ratified in 1868 to overturn the 1857 Dred Scott decision, which had denied citizenship to Black Americans. Universal language. Lawmakers chose to inclusive phrasing. All persons, not all citizens, not all, immigrant, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof, rather than limiting strictly to the children of formerly enslaved people. It just says nothing about no slaves. It says all persons. So, that's all we got to say on that. You know what I mean? Let me see. I pass the pipe to Lush every day on the B team. Swing of the Axe said, Hassan says disgusting shit all the time. You just got to pay attention. Scarred Soul said, California Boy rubbers. What's California Boy? Dent Head said, Peja was a cheat code on NBA Live. Facts. Turgaloo. Hito Turgaloo. Shout out to Hito. Yeah, I thought Supreme Court struck it down. Major headline today. Yeah, true. Those executive orders are meaningless. Tell me about it. VSKEM, Ninetail Super Savage. Ricky and Adam use AI a lot to get their points across on the podcast. You also have Allen Iverson's phone number. Why don't you text him as much as they do? Because it's all up here, baby. I'm AI. Like y'all see, I Google shit all day, but once we're on the pod, I've already done my research. That's what they need to do. There's a topic list for the pod. Don't Google shit on the pod. If we have a topic list, just prep for the pod and you will use AI less. I promise you. Do 20 minutes of research on the topics, not even each topic. All the topics take about 20 minutes of research and you don't have to fucking look up anything. You can just and take notes. If you're having trouble forming your arguments by just researching and then going in blind, go topic by topic, take notes, be like, okay, this is my take, and this is how I'm going to support it by bing, bong, bing. So like if I was Ricky, I would say, okay, I feel like Pusha T is not going to do well. He's fallen off, and these numbers prove it. FDO, look at this decline in FDO after this day. This is how it dropped off, so you don't have to AI, and then people are looking at you, looking down on your phone and being like, oh, I got this fact now. It just doesn't look as good as if you're just seem like you're coming off the top of the dome, but I'm writing my raps. I'm just memorizing them before I walk in. You know what I'm saying? That's the only difference. Swing of the Axe says the Supreme Court struck down getting rid of birthright citizenship. It was close. One of the judges only did it because he said it wasn't the right way to go about it. Yeah, at least pass some legislation and go about it like that. Dent has to give Brandon his respect. He started the pod GPT technique to win arguments. True. Adam actually got ChatGPT winning arguments from Brandon. At least Adam does it in the open. Brandon would sneak it on his big ass thigh and then toss his phone to the side and then say it hella confident like he hella knew it. Southside Millie said, didn't Flacco call him Daddy Trump at one point? Hey, you know the real. We know the truth, Southside Millie. VSKEM said borders aren't real. It's just an imaginary line. We're on native land. I wish that was the truth, but obviously we have laws, we have regulations, things like that. We do have to follow them. But if you want the border secure, pass legislation. There was a border bill that Biden introduced. It was agreed upon, both sides, bipartisan. Everybody loved it. Trump said, yo, we got to run on the border. What are you doing? Why would you pass a border bill to secure the border when I'm going to run on the border being out of control? Ted Cruz said, I am not going to vote for this border bill. And they said, well, did you read it? No, I didn't read it, but Trump told me that it's bullshit, so I'm not voting yes on this. They had a chance to tighten up the border, and they passed on it so Trump could use that as a talking point. That shows me that you don't truly care about the border. That's all I'm saying. Let me see. Dan Head said, do you think Flacco will actually get sued for the wrench corn on the politician? Wouldn't it be the best if Flacco lost his channel and all his money? I think that would be best, and I hope he does get sued because that was disgusting. He should get the Tasha K Cardi B treatment since he was sitting next to Tasha K going, hee 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 hee. Tasha K, you're so funny. Oh, everybody I know loves you, Tasha K. Oh, ha, ha. I hope he sues the brakes off that boy. Ninetail Super Savage said, I spent the summer of 2024 knocking on doors trying to tell people about Project 2025. Most people didn't listen. Now here we are. Project 2025 is being enacted exactly as they wrote it in that document. True. Calling AI Allen Iverson sounds like a Lush bar. True. Let me see. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. Soda said the right hates immigrants but love Melania. She came here on the Epstein visa. It's fucking ridiculous. Einstein visa. Alan Torres said Cormiga essential. Play that. Thank me later. Shout out to Cormiga. A Plus said we need a reaction to Destiny versus vegan gains debate. They're always debating. As long as it's not about veganism and animals like fucking rights and shit, I'm cool off that. Let me see. A person is a corporation. Allen Iverson being the answer makes it even funnier. Yo, y'all are spitting. Quick said if Trump got that birthright shit he wants, he wouldn't technically have to kick his kids out of here. Their mom is an immigrant, isn't she? Yeah, call ICE on Melania if that goes down. Jacob A said, what up, MooseMan? Much love from the Bay. 415 to the 925. Shout out to the Bay area. Like that. Telling people the 40 water is back. Area. Shout out to the chat, sovereign citizens in the chat. Yeah, next time I get pulled over, I'm going to tell them I don't need to provide my license. I don't need to drive the speed limit. I'm a sovereign citizen. Here's my paperwork. I love those guys. Dago Dog said, peep game. There are young women being surrogates for Chinese nationals. Their fertilized egg is one of the Chinese man and woman, not the surrogate. $65K per baby. Yo, that's too deep. We need to look into that. Pooh Shiesty, that's my dog. Pooh, you know I'm really shiesty. Billy Mack, shout out to you. Fresh TV said, okay. Swing of the Axe said, you see the trailer for Primetime movie based on Chris Hansen to Catch a Predator? We're definitely going to watch that trailer right now, honestly. What else was in there? The Dan Crenshaw shit. I mean, really, let's just go over the Dan Crenshaw shit real quick. But really, I want to watch that trailer way more. You're right. I absolutely want to watch that trailer way more than this stupid ass Dan Crenshaw. But hey, we're doing a little bit of politics. I snuck it in on you guys. You know what I mean? I snuck it in. I snuck it in your guys' pants on some, never mind. I was going to make a bad joke again. I need to just think before I speak. How the fuck do I get my likes again? How do I go to my profile? I forgot how to do this. Oh, there it is. Likes. Last one for the politics, and then we'll get into some more happy-go-lucky shit. Let me see. Alan Torres, 199. Cormega, Paradise, play that. Thank me later. I got you. Ninetail Super Savage said Flacco was pro-Trump when Trump was just an anti-Mexican. Now that Trump is anti-African immigrants as well, he doesn't support Trump anymore. Preach. If I didn't want to even give Flacco any more, algorithm, I would make a video on that and how he's a fucking grifter. But we got the boy PNS going hard on him, stepping on his neck. So keep making them videos, PNS. Don't let up. Lefty Gunplays Crack Pipe said on Dragonite Crip, I need that fade. Kenny Dead Homies. Jerry Trap House says, sup Moose, I'm back. Shout out to the Trap House Jerry. Alan Torres said, tell him you sovereign and they'll take you to global court. True. That EDP documentary seems interesting. When is it coming out? Dent Head said Chris Hansen's a goofy. He scammed Theo Vaughn on a big ass room service bill when he did his pod. I was just talking about that earlier, bro. Chris Hansen is a very known asshole, bad guy, but I think they're going to convey that in the movie. I don't think he's just going to be a hero. It seems like it's going to show his kind of egotistical side and how he wasn't really doing it for the good of society and more so for like glory and shit. That's how it seemed to me in the trailer, but we'll watch it so y'all can tell me. Let me see. Shout out to the shouts out. Billy Mack, Ninetail Super Savage, Marco Rubio. Public net worth is only 1 million, so it seems like he's going against his own people for the love of the game. Damn. Jerry Trap House said some bum versus Moose in a boxing match. Loser has to do a 20v1 with all tortas. Jerry Trap House, that just sounds like that dude's regular life is him versus 20 tortas. Let's be real. A Plus says Sunday, I think. Swing of the Axe said, yeah, the trailer hits that. Lefty Gunplays Crack Pipe says, I just subbed to your food community show. I was hating before. Hey, we're getting better, bro. We're getting into a groove. I feel like the food pods starting to take, getting a little legs. We're starting to run. We were crawling before. And now we're getting legs and we're starting to run and we have braces on our legs like Forrest Gump. But one day bullies are going to chase us and we're going to start running faster and the braces are going to fall off. And then we're going to get a scholarship to play football at a university. Speaking of things falling out, like this guy, no, I'm just kidding. He lost his eye in war, so shout out to him for serving our country. I'm not going to make fun of his stupid eye. But Republican Dan Crenshaw, representative from Texas, tells Americans facing high prices, stop whining, get a job, eat ramen. They say that, let's see, they got the APAC tracker. I heard that this is kind of disingenuous. I heard APAC tracker has gone off the deep end and they kind of be false reporting, but I'm not surprised. I mean, this is on the lower end too, 355,000, but they say that this fool's upped his net worth by millions. No. Let's see. Dan Crenshaw. This is an old tweet. America, our food prices are too high. What are you going to do about inflation? Biden admin, just be vegan and stop complaining, you bunch of rubes. So it looks like, you know, every joke is a confession. Every joke is a confession. Says the dumb fuck getting rich from insider trading. Who voted for this retard? Facts. Yeah, so I just wanted to highlight some of the bullshit that goes on in this politics shit that I be seeing. It's nothing too serious. Let's get to the fucking some feel good stuff. The Chris Hansen, but fuck Dan Crenshaw. You're a pussy. Nobody likes you. And people should be able to eat something other than fucking ramen. That sucks. Ramen sucks, and it's not good for you. Way too much sodium in ramen. Don't eat it too often. You'll get scurvy, you guys. Let me see. Moose, be my padrino for my first communion. I got you, Lefty Gunplay. I got you. Lefty Gunplay's Crack Pipe. I got you. Jay the Informant. Didn't he lose his seat already? Did he? Nah, deserve it. Deserve it. Best believe. Southside Millie said, isn't being vegan expensive? Yeah, you got to eat a bunch of peanut butter and shit, don't you? DJ Paz 3458 1999. The 20 ball. Shout out to DJ Paz, man. Always popping up in the chat. Real one. Jay the Informant said high blood pressure. Yeah, that shit's not good for you, bro. I can't believe we used to just be crushing that shit. There's so much sodium in ramen. I couldn't believe it. Lefty Gunplay's Crack Pipe says, save me like Compa saved Lush. Compa can't even save himself, my boy. What y'all think about this, man? Y'all hyped? Do y'all got Netflix? I heard people are saying they couldn't believe that a fucking a trailer for GTA 6 is actually behind a paywall. Get out of here with this anti-consumer garbage. Anyone that pays a subscription to get early access to a fucking game trailer is cooked in the brain. I feel like we all got Netflix. I use my mom's shit. So it's like, come on now. We get to see a GTA 6 documentary before we get to see gameplay. So it's not just a trailer. It's like a GTA 6, an extended look coming to Netflix Thursday. Oh, so it is like some behind the scenes. Okay, so it's not just a trailer. It's like some that. Okay, I misread this. What are y'all hyped, man? Are y'all tired of waiting? Do y'all think it will actually drop when it's supposed to drop? When is GTA 6 dropping? GTA 6 release date. I feel like every time I check it's different, no? GTA 6 will be released on November 19th, 2026 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS. Pre-orders are currently live and digital preloading will begin on November 12th, 2026. Bro, this is going to be big, bro. We low-key got to get a goddamn PC by then. Well, it's going to take a while, right? Because usually they drop it for, what's your PS5 tag? I think it's MooseManito. MooseMan ITO. MooseManito. So go add me up on PlayStation on Sony. MooseManito. Add me up, y'all. Add me up. I'll prove all you guys because nobody's been adding me lately. So I know it's you guys. If you guys add me now, and I'll prove you guys, and we can run some games. You know what I'm saying? So add me up. But yeah, are we hyped for this, or we don't care? We just want GTA 6. And doesn't the PC version come out like years later? Do you think that will be the same with this GTA, or do you think they'll come with the GTA 6 already? Do you think they'll come with the PC version of GTA 6 already, or will we have to wait like a year or 2 years for them to prep the PC version? Or do you think they're working on the back end, knowing that that's like damn near the biggest base? Well, maybe it's not. Let's see. What platform has the most GTA 5 players? Have PC players? So PlayStation has the most GTA 5 players. PS5, PS4 combining making over 60%. Okay, so it's not the biggest. Okay, PS5, then Xbox. PC only accounts for 12 to 15%. Yeah, we're waiting at least a year for that shit. They're not bringing the PC, so we got time. Shout out to Jerry Trap House. I just got your notification that you added me on PlayStation. I got you later as soon as I get off here. But yeah, it seems like we don't got to rush to get a PC for GTA 6 because if they're only 12 to 15% of the like modded, you know what I'm saying, 5M community, and then 60%, I mean, this is 63%, they're 25. So 88% of the players are console. They're definitely making the PC dudes wait a year at least. Let's be real. For sure. They already said PC gonna have to wait. Yeah. I didn't know it was that small. I thought everybody makes it seem, but I guess that's just the streamers are popular and people who play GTA on consoles be watching streamers do RP, but there isn't a giant way. But GTA 6, like everybody be saying, there's probably gonna be thousands of people that become millionaires role playing on GTA, becoming big streamers playing GTA. Best believe Moose is joining that motherfucker as soon as it is. We're going to have a PC by then. Who knows what we're going to be doing by 2027. You know, life might be crazy. But we'll definitely be running it up on the streams with some role play. What would y'all be in GTA 6? Role play. Y'all going to be a cop. Y'all going to be a YN, a YM. Y'all going to be a gangster. Y'all going to be gang banging. Y'all going to be robbing banks. Y'all going to be working at a, Clucking Bell. What would y'all do in GTA 6 RP? Let me know. Do you play COD? Not anymore. My favorite COD was Black Ops 1. Obviously Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. I loved Modern Warfare 3, honestly, and Black Ops 1. I can't even remember which one. Like, I don't even know what other. Shout out to Casey Beast for adding me up on PlayStation as well. Yeah, keep adding me, y'all. MooseManito, so we can run some games. Jay the Informant said, I wouldn't doubt it. Southside Millie said, working fast food in the game is crazy. I'm definitely being a manager at Clucking Bell. Just know that. Shout out to the 90 people still in the chat at 11:30 at night, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in with me. Appreciate y'all for reals. But let's watch this trailer. Let's pull up this trailer for the Chris Hansen movie. What's it called? Chris Hansen movie trailer. I seen it was A24. We got Robert Pattinson with the good Chris Hansen voice. Killed it for sure. Let's check him out.
Come on in.
What would have happened if I wasn't here?
They got the Mexican dude first. That's crazy, bro. Why are they gonna put the Mexican pedo first?
Right. At the end of the day, the man must be held accountable for the decisions that he makes. Do you agree? To watch television?
This is such bad quality, bro.
Well, there's something you should know.
Run this back. Kind of grainy.
What would have happened if I wasn't here?
This is gonna be a banger, bro.
You see how this looks, right?
Good Chris Hansen voice. A24 snaps every time.
At the end of the day, the man must be held accountable for the decisions that he makes.
This is gonna get so deep
Do you
and
agree?
weird, bro. I already know.
You watch television? Well, there's something you should know. I'm Chris Hansen.
This kid's just a predator.
With Dateline NBC. And you're about to be a part of television history.
We're gonna be the #1 show on TV.
Oh no, this is the new one. This is the new one. My bad. We gotta watch the new one. We gotta watch the new one.
Come on in.
Are you sure your parents aren't home?
I'm sure.
Oh, they got
Big
the
night
Mexican.
Who are you?
Not the
You have a
cookies.
seat right there.
Those cookies look bomb.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who try to meet teens online. You see how this looks, right?
On the ground!
I don't really like your show, but America loves it. So I need to move you to Catch a Predator, 9 p.m. prime time.
Gonna be bigger than Lost.
My name is Dan Plum.
Do you know what you're auditioning for?
So you are playing a 13-year-old?
13-year-old.
We're gonna shoot the
And
rehearsal.
the dude's coming over to fucking
in.
fuck
I
you.
love this.
Predator has never earned the recognition it deserves. I want something that matters. No more bottom feeders. I want a whale. Don't you ever just want to...
Hey, yo.
Maybe what I do is a little worse.
This could be our greatest segment yet. We're going to him. We don't do that. They come to us.
I don't understand what I'm doing here. What you're doing is more than acting. You're cleansing the world of an ancient evil.
This is gonna get so weird. I already know it. I'm so ready to.
Permission to do this.
You have no plan.
I have to put him on television.
You're gonna be so proud of me.
I don't want to be a bad person. Your definition of bad and my definition of bad are vastly different.
Cinematography? I don't know why I just
What would
struggled with
have
that word.
happened
They be snapping with the
wasn't here?
shots though. September 25th, we all pulling up. Yo, we should pull up with the chat. Everybody who lives in LA, let's go see this movie together, you guys. For real. We should plan a movie trip with the chat. That'd be so fire. Now that we watch that, let's watch this. Let's watch this. Now that we watch that. Nah, bro. Not Chris Hansen, bro. Not Chris Hansen. Yeah, they definitely got the Paisa in there looking crazy. Why did they make him look crazy? I think he is crazy, bro. Quick, I think Chris Hansen is fucking insane. I think that's like his rap. No cap. Shout out to the 105 people still in here, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. I haven't been saying that a lot because we just been busy covering these topics. Like, subscribe. You ain't got to donate. You ain't got to become a member if you don't want to. If you can't, it's all good. You know what? This weekend, I'll give some memberships on stream. I'll gift y'all some memberships. And whoever's in here, y'all will get them so y'all could be members. But y'all don't have to do that. Just like, comment, subscribe. Really just comment and subscribe. I mean, really just like and subscribe. And that's all y'all need to do. Y'all don't even got to comment for real. Moose is a good podcaster. I don't care what Lush says. Tom Cruise mom shoes. What the fuck did Lush say about me?
That real music,
did he shit on me? What the hell? Ninetail Super Savage says, imagine getting cast to play a predator in this movie. What do you do after that? This clearly would be your biggest role. I should have tried it out. No, not for the predator. Maybe for a decoy. Ninetail Super Savage said Chris Hansen scamming spa treatments in hotel rooms is so fire, especially Theo. I mean, Theo can afford it. He's killing the game. One of the biggest comedians. Come on. Why you crying then, Theo? Swing of the axe? Yeah, I mean, it seems like he's cool. Theo can afford it. Yeah, Theo can definitely afford it for sure. If Theo can afford the extra $1,500, he just got to admit he broke. But I guess it's just more so if we agree on something, stick to agreement. If you want 3 nights, tell me you're going to do 3 nights and you want $1,500 extra dollars than what we offered you. Don't try to snake me. I get that part. It's more about, he gave his word and he went back on his word. So I see that even if he is rich, I get it. And it seems like Theo didn't hold on to it. He bled him on his pod because he knew it would make him look bad, and then he moved on. Theo is able to do that, but also Chris Hansen did go back on his word, even if Theo can't afford it. You know what I mean? Quick said, damn, did he seem crazy when we were watching him back in the day? I don't think so. I think all the stuff about him being crazy has been since he started doing interviews, going on podcasts. Other podcasts have, I guess, had similar experiences. So that's kind of like messed up his rep a little bit. Jay Money said, the Moose is on the loose. Still no StreamYard yet, my boy. It's going to be lit once you do that. One of these days. I feel like the only reason why I'm not jumping on StreamYard, Jay Money, I would love to, is I'm on a fucking janky laptop. You guys, look, you guys. This is what we're running the whole stream off of. Ethernet, my light right there. My camera's plugged in. I got a USB hub back there. You know what I'm saying? And then just this janky little HP. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when I run too much stuff, it starts to like skip frames. I start to drop frames. You know, we got a janky stream right now. We just got the basics currently. So that's why I kind of keep it basic. That's why I keep it to Discord. That's why I fucking have to, I can't really full screen videos. I got a janky setup right now, but it's working, you know? I'm still going to go live for you guys, even with the janky setup. And even with the janky setup, fools got $10,000 studios, and they ain't got 106 viewers at 11:44 p.m. on a random Thursday. So shout out to you guys. We rocking janky world until we get this PC. So it's all good. Let me see. A Plus said that Larry June discussion on the news was lame. Larry shitting on Lush favorites. Lush just doesn't like Larry June's music, and he couldn't accept that Larry June is lit than all of his favorite rappers. But it's okay. I knew I was right. I don't have to like get all excited and yell at Lush. Nowadays, I've just been saying what I have to say. Yes, I yelled about the fucking neon shit because they were yelling, but I've been trying to just say what I had to say and not get too worked up if someone disagrees, and just provide my arguments, provide a cohesive argument, and I'll let the chat decide. I don't need to convince anybody in the room anymore. I'm just going to put it out there, be calm, concise, and the chat can decide. And I feel like I'm undefeated up in that mug. I'm not going to lie. Sewed Up said, Buka Buka that like button. True. Buka Buka that like button. Remember poking people on Facebook? Poke me on Facebook, but on YouTube. Swing of the Axe said, let us hear your best decoy voice. Hey, how's it going? It's Moose. I have some cookies for you. Do you have the condoms? Ninetail Super Savage says, Theo Von, the only person to do the right-wing racist grift, get his money and switch back. True to being a normal person. Low-key Andrew Schultz kind of did that same swag. Same with, what's his name? Gay Tim. What's Tim? My boy Tim. Not Tim Pool. Tim Pool's a fucking loser. Tim. What's fat gay Tim? Tim gay comedian. Why can I not think of his name right now? Tim Dillon. Tim Dillon, I feel like went full Trump, gay comedian, went Trump, and now he turned his back on Trump because he sees how fucked everything is and he can't stand next to it. I still remember you were fucking soaking up that fucking Trump nut, you know what I'm saying, every night, Tim, but it's okay. You want to come to the bright side, to the good side. You want to leave Darth Maul in the past. We'll accept you, my guy. You're a funny guy, so it's all good. Let me see. Southside Millie said the StreamYard advocate. This dude has to have stock in StreamYard with how much he brings it up. Jay Money said, not gonna lie, you the best talent to come out of No Jumper, in my opinion. The only person paving their own way without a fallout forcing him to. True. And honestly, A+, people like A+ commenting and being like, he abandoned his channel when I want to go live for 2 weeks, want to do a pod for 2 weeks, want to drop a video for a month. A+ and other people that were in my comments saying, ha, loser, doesn't drop anymore, relies on No Jumper. They shamed me into doing this. So I appreciate all you guys that shamed me into working hard. And stopping smoking weed obviously helps a lot too. Cameraman said, imagine entering your elderly years with 60% dementia and you're just a single male with no support system like Chris Hansen. Damn, he doesn't got no support system. Throw your mic at the screen like Kyle did. I don't want to be homeless. I'm cool. J Money said, nah, Moose, you good. My laptop fried too. It'll work. It'll make your live streams pop off. Ninetail Super Savage said, Moose turned the camera and showed early 2000s movie hacker setup. True. Fu got the CHP laptop. On God, I got the 911 on speed dial laptop. C Nori said, go grab a 5K PC. I'm going to grab like a 3K PC. That's going to be good enough, right? To do everything I need to do. Quick said, W, Moose keeping it 100. I ain't got nothing to hide, boys. I am not one of them fake it till you make it type of motherfuckers. I do, pretty good for myself. I'm doing content full time. That's a dream of mine. I pay all my bills off content. That's good enough for me, man. And we working towards better. But you know what I'm saying? I ain't got a front to fake it, my boy. I don't got 2,500 for the box. Alan Torres said, my boy be running StreamYard with an iPhone from prison. Damn. Okay, we might need to do it. Quick said, you sound like the old guy from Family Guy. Veer said that decoy voice is actually good. Tim Dillon. Okay, yeah, it's Tim Dillon. Hey, Moose, it's Moose, and the decoy voice is crazy. A plus, thank me, guys. LOL, exactly. Cameraman said, the way I look at gangbanging is how Moose looks at politics. True. I will never switch sides. I will always advocate for the death of the other side, just like Cameraman advocates for the death of all people from his ops. And J Money said, nah, I ain't advocating for StreamYard. I'm advocating for Moose's continued success. I know what that can do for live streaming, engagement, etc. The debates be crazy AF. Call Lush real quick. Noe in the chat said, let him cook. How is Noe not a mod? That has to, bro. How is my boy Noe not a mod? No cap. I might need to make my boy Noe a mod, yo. Shout out to the homies sending Let Me Cooks, but my boy Noe was one of them people that was in this chat when nobody was in here. No cap. No cap. Shout out to Noe. Oh, he is a mod. It's just because he sent jewels and he didn't pop up. Noe was also one of the people that was watching me when I had 5 viewers, maybe 7. By the time Noe came, I might have had 7. But shout out to Noe. Noe is a Moose OG, man. Call Lush real quick. I don't like calling Lush because I feel like he's like, I need to preface him, or I need to preface Lush with a call and plan it or something. But shout out to Noe, man, my OG mod, real one. Appreciate you stopping by, my guy. But yeah, that was crazy. Do we have anything else on the docket? Let me see. Anything else that I was looking that looked interesting? We covered the Kawhi shit, covered Asman, we covered I don't really care about Luka's wife trying to get 50 million from him, take his custody of his kids from him. That's fucked up. This was kind of crazy. Let's check in on this. Man accused of scamming NFL players found dead in pool. Let's see what's happening. They're saying that some of these NFL players got some homies that do some things, got this boy that was scamming everybody up out of here. Let's see what he was doing. A man accused of targeting NFL players in a fake e-commerce scheme was found dead in a swimming pool in New Jersey. Pooh? Does Pooh have any NFL family members? Jared Fields, you got to answer for this, my guy. The body of 24-year-old Mohammed Koulibaly was discovered at a Harrison Township home on Friday after officers conducted a welfare check triggered by family members expressing concern for his well-being, according to ABC. Is Koulibaly still on the Wizards, that NBA player? He was kind of nice on the Wizards. He was like one of the young dude they drafted, Koulibaly. Is he still on the Wizards? Does anybody know? Fuck this fucking ad. Okay, Koulibaly was recently accused of organizing a scam to swindle athletes of their salaries by offering them stakes in what appear to be successful online stores, only for impressive sale logs to be completely bogus. Oh! Okay, so offering them stakes in what appear to be a successful online store, and the online store sales were all bogus as fuck. One of the alleged impacted players, former NFL linebacker Tay Crowder, claimed he invested his entire savings of $500,000 into one of the stores after meeting Koulibaly through a mutual friend. He looks like he's ready to send some hitters to your door for that $500K. No cap. Crowder said he never got paid. Koulibaly denied the scam claims, telling Barone's investors hadn't been paid because he was waiting on his own funds from a planned acquisition of his venture. Koulibaly's death is currently under investigation. Damn. Do we got anybody else that got scammed by him? Or is it just Tate Crowder that we know of right now? Has anybody else came out yet? Accused of targeting multiple former NFL players with fake e-commerce. Okay. Who the fuck is this guy? What the hell? Who the hell is this guy? Oh, it's a video.
Real music, man.
Shout out to Munoz Richard 60. Appreciate you for the subscription. Thank you. Nah, bro, that's crazy. Moose, Luca never married that fucking wench. They had 2 kids and were engaged for 2 years. The bitch is crazy. She wants 40 M's for herself, 10 M's for 2 daughters. She wants that bread, bro. That's crazy. Hey, fool, call Astrid. I got $2,500 for the box. Alan Torres, she streams. You got to hop in that chat and do it up, man, and try to impress her. I'm sure if you donate enough, she might let you take her on a date. I'm not saying she's for sale like that, but she might, you might spark her interest. You might be able to get a little coffee date or something. Sounds of the North 707 said, "What's up, Moose? Love from Marysville, Linda, California." Shout out to Marysville, man. Shout out to all. There's a lot of chill folks in Marysville. It seems pretty chill out there. Let's be real. Yeah, nah, facts. Nah, but this dude, he scammed Brody for $500,000, and somebody knocked him off. You can't play with. I mean, he was a young dude. Probably just thought he was going to be able to get over on people and try to explain it away. People don't play about money, bro. Especially ex-NFL players. They don't got the same revenue coming in. Like bro said, that was all he had in his bank. I could understand, but I hope none of those dudes end up going down for the murder, for the conspiracy of murder on this guy because he stole all their money and they got him whacked. Kind of deserved, let's be real. Let's check this out. Luka Doncic's ex-fiance wants 50 M's and more in custody. Yikes. Luka Doncic's ex-fiance, yeah, I'll settle for 50 M's. That's way more than $2,500 for the box. Ninetails Super Savage says, "Why does nobody talk about how the T person that accused Dwight Howard of tricking on them looks identical to Buck center Miles Turner?" No way. Do they? Shout out to Miles Turner, Pacers legend. Quick said that Luka playing 1 season for free. Lazy broad, 500 get you whacked. Alan Torres said alley-oop like Kobe to Shaq. Okay, let's see. Okay, so she wants 50 M's. Let's see. How much has Luka made in his career? 200 mil? Okay. 50 M's of the 200 mil he's made in his total Oh, no. This is just 2026-27 season. Oh, no. From 2018 to 2022, around 32 million. 2022 to 2025, he got 207 million. 2025 to present, a 3-year, 165. Oh, he got it. Give her 50 million. And you know what? He ain't even going to sweat this. I mean, 50 million for us? Yeah, all bad. 50 M's for Luka. He's chilling, it seems like. But Luka Doncic's ex-fiance, Anna Maria Goltz, said she wanted to settle their issues amicably. God, that one messes me up. But TMZ Sports has learned that she's taken their fight to Slovenia. And as far as she's concerned, the cost of the settlement is 50 million. Like, what costs 50 million? She just knows he's making a ton of money and feels like she gave up like her life, her career to raise these kids, so he should pay her the 50 mil so she's good forever. Is that what she's thinking? I don't know. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ Anna Maria has filed a new claim in Slovenia and she's seeking 40 million for herself. We assume the remaining 10 million is for their 2 daughters. Luka has said he'd do anything for his kids, so 10 mil may be realistic for them. The 40 mil is a whole other story. Facts. Yeah, give the money to the kids. She gets a little something. 40 mil, she shouldn't get more than the kids. Maybe equal. Maybe 20 each. How about that? 20 for the daughters, 20 for her. We're also told she wants to strip Luka of some of his custody rights. All right, now we're getting into a dirty game. Currently, he has the kids at least 2 days a week. She wants to reduce it to 1 day. Oh, this is a demon. Oh, she's a demon, as B. Hen would say. As we reported, Anna Maria filed docs in Los Angeles this week asking to withdraw her child support petition, saying she wanted to resolve the matter amicably and by a mutual agreement in the best interest of their children. But apparently, that'll come at a steep price. Luca and Anna Marie share 2-year-old Gabriella and 7-month-old Olivia and were together for a decade before ending their engagement earlier this year. Luca previously argued California was the wrong place for the fight because the girls live in Slovenia and said he'd already initiated proceedings there addressing custody and support. Frankly, that seems like a solid argument, and Anna Marie may have dismissed the California case because it was going to be a loser. So she thinks she's got a better chance in Slovenia, looks like. The Lakers superstar is currently in Slovenia to be closer to his daughters after revealing in May he skipped playing for his national team this summer while pursuing joint custody. See, he wants to be in his kid's life, bro. She can't be trying to cut him down to punish him because she got issues. He probably cheated. He probably did something. She's mad. Now she wants to take the kids away and 50 M's and only give the daughters 10 of the 50 M's? She's weak, bro. Luca, go get you a new queen, bro, and do it up. That's fucking sad, bro. That's messed up. That's messed up, man. Ricky was tripping. That new Pusha T song was hard. True, JR from the J. I listened to it on the way. I listened to it like 5 times today. I still think it's a good song. I like it. Quick said, no, fuck that Moose. They never even married. Come on, man. Be a man. No, she didn't do or lose shit. Okay, I get it. But you have to take into account, while Luka's afforded the right to go and play basketball and not have to take care of the home, take care of his kids because she's holding it down, she's sacrificing the chance at her having a career. Obviously not going to go to the NBA, not going to have nearly as much money as Luka at any point because she doesn't play fucking basketball as good as his fucking good ass does. She still sacrificed her chance at a career so she could stay at home with the kids to you know, make the house. He does owe her some money for that sacrifice. That is true. 50 M's? No. Something? Yes. She can't just get, you know, cut off with nothing when she did sacrifice having some type of career. Who knows what it would have been, whether it's a McDonald's manager or what. She still sacrificed that to be the person at home taking care of kids to afford Luka the chance to spend so much time playing basketball, to be as good as he is. She does deserve something in that regard, but being a fiance and wanting 50 M's, that is unreasonable. Trying to take the kids away when he's trying to be an active dad, that is unreasonable. Don't agree with that. She's a fucking dickhead demon for that. She deserves something though. I mean, it's just reality, what I think. The plan is that's playing evil. If the father wants to be there, you don't keep him away. Celebrity, not J Money. I absolutely agree. That's dirty shit. She seems like she's trying to punish him for something. Southside Millie said, I like Pac's version better. What Pac song is that sampled from? Why do I not hear a Pac song in that sample? Pusha T new song sample. What Pac song is that sample from? Last Man Breathin' samples the posthumous Tupac and the Outlaws track Breathin'. Oh, okay. That wasn't. Oh, okay. I see. His album title's called All Eyes on Shiest. Okay, and it's out now, right? You guys said it's out? Cameraman said, Moose, I think if you got into a content relationship, you would blow up. I'm so good off that. I do not want to take the Lush route. Quick said, I didn't say be a man. I said be a man's man. Okay, but she really wanted to have a career or to do. They could get a nanny and shit, but you're right. It's better for her to be there if they weren't just being raised by nannies already. Quick. Yeah, I agree. Ninetail Super Savage said Jeff Hardy was bigger than Obama in 2008. That's not true, but he definitely was worldwide superstar, but Obama had worldwide support as well. You know what I'm saying? Obama went crazy, bro. My president is black. My Lambo is blue. I mean, I never seen Jeff Hardy get a bar like that. You know what I'm saying? Moose, hang anything up on that wall. What the fuck? Chugi 69420. We did a Temu stream, just none of the packages have got here. We ordered like 10 different banners. We ordered fucking LED lights. We ordered a LED sign. We ordered a moose head. We ordered figurines. We ordered statues. We ordered a mask that makes me look like an Indian woman. We ordered so much stuff, it just hasn't got here. So give it a second. I promise I won't have this prison, like fucking mental hospital wall behind me for long. There will be a bunch of fucking brain slot posters behind me very soon. Just wait on it. Yeah, I mean, I look like I got kidnapped and I was forced to stream for the month of August. That's kind of the vibe I'm going for right now. Freeway City Ray said, Moose, let me glaze you for this chat. You read all the chats and give your thoughts. That will help your channel grow. Keep it up. Raza for the W. Thank you, brother. I just like talking to y'all, man. Like I said, bro, I streamed from 2017 to 2022. Probably, 2022, I started to pick it up. Maybe 2022, I might have hit 20 viewers. But before that, 2017 to 2021, I had probably max 5 viewers ever. And I was having a great time then. So the fact that I have, what time is it? 12:03, random Thursday, 97 people. I'm blessed, bro. I'm blessed. I want to chop it up. I want to hear what y'all have to say. I value what y'all say. I'm not just here to just yap and just ignore y'all and just move past shit. Because when I had 5 viewers, I was reading all them messages too. And we was chopping it up and having fun. So now that we got 97, we going to keep doing the same shit. You feel me? It's gonna take like a month to get there from China. That's what I'm saying, bro. Some shit's gonna get here in 2 weeks. Some shit will get here in 3 months. Some shit will be here in 8 months. We'll see. We'll slowly build up our setup though. Let me see. Southside Freeway City Ray said W to you, man. Quick said, do you watch Speed or Kai content? I watch way more Kai than Speed. I watch Speed clips. Kai, obviously, I checked out a lot of Streamer University shit. I love that shit. A lot of game on there, especially from my boy Ludwig. I kind of didn't like Ludwig because he kind of sided and threw Destiny under the bus, lied on my boy Destiny because he was friends with Hassan. But Ludwig, just like many other people, and kind of like me, people hated Ludwig, and then he kind of won a lot of people over, and he's been exploding lately. His fucking Ludwig channel has been going crazy. But I check out my boy shit's Ludwin. Ludwin is where he be giving some game out, y'all. He be giving some game. He did the streamer games. I'm gonna be in the streamer games one of these days, bro. I'm telling you. But yeah, he gave a lot of game out when it came to this streamer U shit. Yeah, the streamer U, Ludwin. Go to Ludwig's second channel. Some of the shit he was giving super game, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He was giving the best YouTuber game out. And I was taking notes. I learned a lot from my boy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the homie. I be telling people, if they want tips, go watch his Streamer University classes. He was giving actual great game out on that, bro. I took a lot of that from him. Did you see they're going to do a collab? Yeah, they did the Minecraft stream before. They running them back, but they're doing all the bosses. I saw somebody tweet that, like, if they're doing the stream that they're saying they're doing, that they feel like Kai and Speed might have to take like a month to do it. So they don't seem very confident that they're going to do it and beat all the Minecraft bosses. Chugel said, oh, you're a DGGer. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm not super diehard, but I fuck with my boy. I fuck with my boy DGG. I fuck with Destiny. He's definitely one of my favorite political commentator type of guys, you know what I'm saying? But I have others, you know what I'm saying? I got some other guys that I like. Who did I just follow today? My boy that I fuck with heavily. Heavy. Let me see. Following. Oh, this guy, Brian Shapiro. I fuck with Brian Shapiro too. He's been going hard. I found out about him from Destiny, but his debates, I like how he debates. He goes crazy. Very strong liberal, debunks a lot of propaganda, stays on top of shit, does this shit every single day. Just, super good commentator. I feel like he does a great job, really on top of his shit. I learn a lot from my boy. But, yeah, pushing the limits with Brian Shapiro. I fuck with this guy. He definitely stands on business. I don't like how much you defend Destiny. Does he secretly donate or fund you or something? No, I just like I like how he researches things. I like how he formats arguments. It's like I'm separating the art from the artist. Do I defend all of the weird sex pest shit that he's accused of? No. He seems a little sexual deviant at times, you know what I'm saying? That's not cool, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with that shit. But I'm not really watching him to tune into that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm tuned in to see how he formulates arguments, how he's attacking certain right-wing arguments, so I could take heed to that and maybe, add a couple of those weapons to my arsenal. That's more why I watch him type shit. The Swing of the Axe said Destiny is the most rational one. Cameraman said Moose is a part of the Destiny APAC. Shit, if Destiny starts sending me some funds, I'll start fucking grifting for him. Fuck it. Swing of the Axe, Isaiah Martin, from what I've seen, is pretty dope. Yes, also I follow Isaiah Martin on Instagram and I repost his shit a lot. Isaiah Martin be cooking these fools. Oh my god, his Jubilee episode's amazing. Yeah, I fuck with Isaiah Martin too. Isaiah Martin's a great YouTube commentator. But I think, should we watch this one? I'm hyped. Even though I honestly couldn't get super into tires. Maybe season 3 will change it. I heard Dan Soder's on there. I heard a lot of comedians I like. Let's check it out.
I had sex last night.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
This, obviously, Shane Gillis is my favorite comedian. You know what I'm saying? I'm riding with my boy Shane, SG. I'm one of the dogs. Matt and Shane's probably still my favorite podcast currently. For the past maybe couple years, they've been my number one pod. So obviously I got to support my boy SG. I couldn't really get into tires, didn't love it the most. I got big hopes for season 3. I got big hopes for season 3 though.
I had sex last night.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Andrew Mockler, I'm sure you mean Adam Mockler. Adam Mockler's goated as well. I like Adam Mockler. I seen him say a couple little iffy things, but honestly, he does so much bass dope shit that he could have a couple low lights, and I'm rocking with Adam Mockler. And his post about him tossing his girl off the pier was funny, and everybody's trying to cancel him for it are all fucking so lame. But shout out to Adam Mockler. I was in the Matt and Shane Patreon for a while. I'm not gonna lie, I be typing in Page on YouTube and watching the Patreons for free because I'm a scumbag, but I should start paying. Isn't it $1? I just typed this in though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I keep it real. But this is what I do. You type in Page, Paytch, and it usually pops up with the most recent Patreon episodes. Somebody posts them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry, Matt and Shane, that I've been scamming you guys. But at least I'm being honest about it. But that's how you see their Patreon content for free, I'll be honest. But don't do that. Go subscribe. I'll start subscribing if you guys do. So let me know. Chugul said, I don't really like Shane's stand-up or acting, but he's great on podcasts. I like his stand-up. I like his podcast. I haven't been super enticed by the acting, but season 3, I got high hopes for it. Nate Dogg said, I'm at work listening to the pod. Nate Dogg 1422 says, shout out to Moose. Shout out to you too, Nate Dogg. Come closer to close. Can never be. All right. Let's check this out, and then we'll wrap up the stream.
Did you go down on her?
Yeah, a little. Not. Yeah.
It's like bare minimum is 15 minutes. Planning for potentially 45.
45 minutes? Who told you that?
I read it.
You have a book about how to eat pussy?
Yeah.
Bro, every day you say shit that makes me, you're giving me a headache.
Valley Forge is failing. And what have the two of you done? Not a goddamn thing.
Do you get your ear pierced?
Yes, I got my ear pierced, amongst other piercings.
Pause. Hey, yo.
What's going on with you? You can stop being a mopey bitch.
Too.
What are you doing in there?
John McKeever is a very talented dude.
Shane. Don't you have something better to do? What's going on with me? You're one of the owners. You couldn't care less.
I like Gerbies.
And you're spending all your time running around with this woman.
Hey! Oh, fucking cops.
Gerby.
No, you don't have to run. We're 38.
Oh, shit.
My name is Dave. I'm a sex addict.
When's the last time you get a lap dance?
I can't. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm taking it one day
What
at a
about
time.
Stavros? Y'all fucking with Stavros?
Leave me alone. I met the doctor, and she's in the middle of telling a very cool story about sucking off some Mexican guy.
You and me could get this company back on track. We need something big.
Thank you.
This is what you wanted, right?
Oh,
Me
Bobby
being invested.
Lee,
I
banger.
am. Yo.
Hey, look at you.
Yeah?
You look great.
Think I should wear collared shirts more often?
100%.
like a bitch. This is what
They
it's
got
all
Bobby
about.
Lee in there. Where's my boy Dan Soder? I heard Dan Soder
It's for
was
us.
in there.
It's for the
Come on,
bros.
show Dan Soder.
I asked if he
Andrew
had a gun. He
Schultz.
said he didn't, so.
Kyla.
Oh my God!
You and me, it'll be sick.
Matt was right there.
Get hyped!
Matt
Get a little
Sidey.
fired up!
Let's go back to Dan. Let's get all these cameos
This is what it's all about.
in. Bobby Lee.
It's for us. It's for the bros.
I asked.
Fuck, what's bro's name? We got Andrew Schultz, and what's bro's name? He's part of Stuff Island with Chris O'Connor. What's this guy's name? I forget his name. Italian guy, funny guy, super funny guy. I like that guy too.
I asked if he had a gun. He said he didn't, so.
Dan, love Dan Soder. Love Dan, my boy. Fucking hilarious. Love the regs with him, Bobby Kelly, Joe List, Louis J. Gomez. Fucking love Dan Soder.
Kyla.
Oh my God!
You and me, it'll be sick. You and me.
God damn it. Oh, yeah, we got Matt. Oh, yeah, Matt playing a cop. His wife was a black cop. That's so funny.
You and me, it'll be sick.
Get hyped! Get a little fired up! Hello?
Shane, Will, how do we better prep our tires for the potholes?
One way to prep is you could not hit them.
Oh.
So, sorry, women.
Got me waiting on a lightning strike.
What about her?
Yeah, women
You think
can't
I should-
fucking drive.
Yeah, go on.
Take their
What's
license
up?
away.
Oh, I'm not friendly.
You give terrible advice.
I'll check it out. August 13th, y'all. August 13th. August 13th. Let me see. Shane's roast of Luis J. Gomez was hilarious. Bro. Shane on Legion of Skanks is legendary. Facts. So he's good on roast for sure. Bro, him on the Kevin Hart roast was so fucking funny. When he made that joke about fucking, what's her name's husband jumping off the building. Bro, that shit had me crying. I'm not gonna lie. Chugi said, but that's totally different than stand-up sets when you're choosing and developing these connected premises for punchlines. Facts. You ever listen to John Kirikou, the CIA guy? His interviews are fire. Yeah, he gives me a little weird vibe, but he seems interesting. Spellcaster said, I was a fan of Moose back when he was gay. Yeah, now I'm straight. Look how time flies. Denthead said, Stavi is the shit. Chugo said, see, Stav is the opposite for me. I love his stand-up, but I hate his podcast. No, that's facts, Chugo. I don't really love Stavi on, but I love his acting and I love his stand-up. That's true. Moose 7426 gang tapped in from the Bronx. Keep working, my boy. Yo, B, check the mathematics. Yo, Dunny, I got my. I'm sorry. Shout out to the Bronx, man. Shout out to New York. Freeway City Ray said Bobby Lee is hilarious. I love Bobby Lee. So fucking funny. Soda said the joke Shane made about Dan Soder's dead sister at the Louis J. Gomez roast was fucking dark. Bro, he's so good with the dark humor. It's so fucking funny. Chugo said, all right, I'll come back soon. Moose, I'll fuck with the stream. You better have wall hangings next time. I got you. I'll work on it. Maybe I'll just go get something. Oh, no, I got stuff here. We got this. We hang this up. I got this. This is pretty cool, right? This could go like over here. We hang this up soon. I got all the stuff from my old crib. I just haven't hung it up yet. Got this thing too. It's kind of heavy. Someone, when I was a little kid, look, his eyeball fell out. I've had this since I was like 10 years old. Someone made this with a chainsaw. Someone carved this bear with a chainsaw out of a stump. They used a chainsaw and they sculpted this, and I got it somehow. And I used to like ash on it. You guys could see, like when I was like 16, I had this in my room, and I used to smoke joints in my room, and I'd ash on him. And so that's why he's kind of gray on his belly. But we got some stuff. I even got a green screen. Should we throw the green screen up and like just do a fake background, or have stuff hanging on the wall? I don't know. Bunch of, the possibilities are endless, but we got some stuff, Let me see. Soda Up Moose, you ever listen to any Opie and Anthony? Opie and Anthony was kind of before I got into like super hard comedy, but I definitely have heard about them. I see the clips, I see the classic moments. They definitely were killing shit for sure. Spellcaster said linger longer. Freeway City Ray said Soda Up. Opie and Anthony was the shit. Lady D, etc. Southside Millie said I never knew Kyle was a rapper. Me neither. I would listen to it, but he probably got his shit registered. He gonna blamp our stream, y'all. Spellcaster said Bobo best O&A. Okay, I'll have to check it out. J Money said peace, Moose, in chat. Until the next one, be well, my boy. OT720 said Moose, do an old school kids show tier list stream featuring Kenny Love from the 401. Where's the 401? Y'all be tapping in, and y'all be telling me about new places. 401 area code. Where's the 401? Rhode Island. Yo, shout out to Rhode Island, including major cities like Providence, Cranston, Warwick, and Newport, established in 1947, one of the original North American area codes, and it remains the sole area code for the state. Whoa, one of the oldest area codes, bro. You repping the OG 401. Did not know that. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Rhode Island. Real one. But yeah, I could do that. Let me put that on my list of shit. What'd you say? What was it? Old school kids show tier list, bro. I was a cartoon fiend as a kid. You know damn well I didn't have no supervision. I was watching TV all day long or playing video games. So my opinion's gonna be in tune. Best to believe. Cartoon tier list. Okay, with Kenny. Okay, I'll keep this in mind. We'll do some more tier lists. Yeah, let me know what y'all want. Honestly, the best case is commenting once the stream ends. Come back to the stream, drop your idea. Don't forget it, and that'll be the best way so none of us forget, and it's there permanently. Freeway City Rays said, Moose, see you tomorrow night. Buenos noches. Hey, buenas noches, my boy. Southside Millie said, you should get a Venom poster like Hefe. True, we should get a Venom poster. Just shout out Hefe. Moose, you ever watch Quantum Leap? Underrated old show. I don't think I did. Soda Up said, you like Bobby Kelly? Listen to a story about fucking a sink as a kid on Opie and Anthony. Jim Norton, Patrice O'Neal, Rich Voss, Colin Quinn all have classic vids on Opie and Anthony. Love all those guys you just said. Patrice is one of my goats for sure. Rest in peace to the goat. But yeah, man. Like the stream. As always, like the stream. Appreciate y'all. Subscribe if you haven't. If you made it this far in the stream, let's see which one we're going to use. Which emoji we're going to use today. Drop a bald Mexican in the chat. Drop a bald Mexican guy in emoji in the chat if you made it this far and you're rewatching the VOD. If you made it this far, you're a real Muslim. So drop a bald-headed Mexican emoji man in the chat, in the comments below, and make sure you click that like button, subscribe, turn on notification bells so you know every time that Moose is live. But you really don't need to turn on noties because I'm gonna be live every single day of August. Day 6, we ran it all the way, the stream all the way into day 7, 3+ hours once again, rocking with the same old chat, the same old Moose, the same old things, the same old caboose. I'll see y'all later today though. It's 12:20. Maybe I'll give y'all 2 streams. We'll see how I feel, how sleepy I am tomorrow. But we don't got no jumper. We don't got food community. We don't really got nowhere to go. So it's streaming day, editing day, dropping vids day tomorrow. I'll be back, you guys. Shout out to y'all. Joe Mama said, I watched the Adam and Wack show today, and the chat was more entertaining. Adam needs to get someone new to pod with. Sheesh. Thank you guys. You guys are the best chat in the world. And I'll be back tomorrow to tap in with you guys. You already know what it is. It's your boy MooseMan, the biggest fish, the biggest moose, the #1 podcaster from Northern California, Sacramento to be exact, the South Side. Appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all. See y'all tomorrow.
Hey, DC, I came to talk my shit on this one. MooseMan, WS, hey. I just need to make a meal before I fall off. That chopper cook his ribs like boss hog. The syrup or the gas, it's a toss up. I go up for the bag, Randy Moss up. Shit, I sign a deal if it ain't no 360. Brody went out of town to make some plays, and it got tricky. Don't care about a bitch, she got juice, it might tempt me. Bitch, I might get a little rude when my cup get empty. He not dead, but I'm smoking Ronnie Lot. One take, one song, man, I think I'm Tupac. I'm gonna keep my dogs fed till they put me in a box, and I've been getting to the money. That's something you not. Sometimes I act funny, but you can get popped. Have you ever had a hide? Pills in your sock, you ever been so down on your luck and hustle till your feet hurt until you came up? I used to be broke.
More No Jumper
no
office
more.
vlogs coming soon. Behind the scenes No Jumper vlogs.
But not no more. Used to have your foot low, but not no more. Just some shit I wrote off this top tier dope. I pour syrup by the bottle cause I love it, and I can't let the money go. Get a bag and I hug it. Groupie ho, I don't wanna be your motherfucking husband trying to take over the game while my name's still buzzing. God, why you make me fight for everything I got? I asked the devil, why you wanna make me send all of these shots? I think the drugs been taking a toll, been feeling it a lot. I can't tell all they voices or all they thoughts. Full throttle, I won't let the Jakes play me. Watch mama drown in that bottle, now shit don't faze me. Stop popping pills, couldn't afford to be lazy. You the type to turn down a milli for a dinner with Jay-Z.